Please tell your love.
So they'll break in your car or her car?
My car.
So whose car did you take?
Mine.
His.
But if they're breaking in your car, how'd you get in your car?
No, he probably came
The guy
out.
was just shining a flashlight on it.
Right.
So Megan comes and turns the light on and spooked him, and then comes and tells me someone's breaking into your car.
And they jumped into their car already.
And took off.
Got away. And you chased them all the way down.
Yeah, down Highway 18.
And if there were gunshots coming at you, what would you have done then?
Yeah, I've been in big trouble.
Oh, dear. But as it stands, you chased the car last night to such an extent that they crashed.
Yes.
And died.
Not died.
Oh.
Looked like they were gonna.
Seriously injured.
Uh-huh.
They hit the guardrail pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Did you leave the scene?
No, I stayed.
Oh, good.
The police came?
Mm-hmm.
Took them in?
Yeah, filed a report and everything.
How many?
3 of them.
3 of them.
Two guys and a girl.
Age range?
Jeez, 24.
And this happened at what time in the night or morning?
Like 1:47.
1:47. Megan's doing up at 1:47 for what reason? Pacing about the wedding?
Yeah, doing report cards and buying stupid presents for kids that can already afford it.
Wow, stupid
That
kids.
she doesn't get reimbursed for.
That's how Mary Kay Letourneau started.
Wow, yeah. Be
So
careful.
was the girl hot in the car?
Oh, geez.
What was she wearing?
Not after the crash.
No. There's one guy laying in the back seat just...
Man, I thought you lived out far in the nice, secluded wilderness areas.
Yeah, I had less crime in Capitol Hill.
Man.
It's because
Moving
it's
back.
so dang busy.
Yeah,
up there,
there's so many
that's
people
why.
around. You don't have to worry about crime there. You move into the areas where you and Kilbreth live, and they know it'll take the cops 20 minutes to get out there.
Right.
And they know no neighbor is nearby that's going to be any help to you.
Yeah.
It only took 20 minutes for the cops? That's cool.
No, the cops showed up right away. There was like 8.
Oh, good.
Well, that's because not at his house. He had followed him for miles.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he
Down
went
to
down.
Auburn.
Yeah, into Auburn.
How far did you file? How many miles?
Well, I don't know if you know Highway 18 at all.
I know Highway 18 because I play golf down there.
There's like a Hobart exit. That's
Yeah.
Hobart Road.
Yeah.
So a couple, 3 miles.
That is a pretty
Yeah.
long way.
So you followed them in your boxers.
I had shorts on, no shirt, and no shoes.
Well, you wouldn't have been able to get any restaurant I go to.
Yeah, I know. Huh?
No shirt,
No shoes.
no shoes.
Quite the
Definitely
visual.
no service.
He's barefoot, flying down Highway 18.
Oh boy, yeah.
For how many miles chasing the bad guys?
Couple, 3.
Couple 3. Until they crash into a guardrail.
I mean, bad.
And you're on the phone with 911 the whole way?
I was not the whole way, right when I could see their license plate.
Okay, let me get the license plate there. Oh, they crashed!
That's exactly how it went.
Pretty much, huh?
But did they end up taking anything from the house or anything like that?
No, they got nothing.
From the
So they
car.
were just looking into your car.
Yeah,
To
with
try and
flashlights,
break
try to
in.
break in.
Maybe they thought it was theirs.
I misplaced I parked it somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Is
was there any damage to your car of them attempting to break in?
Nope,
Oh.
Is there any law against them shining a flashlight into your car?
there is not.
All he
That's
was.
what the cop told me. He's like, sorry, can't do anything for you, but I would have done the same thing.
But there's no, wouldn't there be a law of chasing them?
No, he didn't.
Steve wants to know if you're on the wrong side of the law now, if they can file some kind of claim against you for causing them to get into a wreck.
Oh, I wouldn't recommend chasing people, no.
Right. Yeah.
But the cop told me he would have done the same thing, the State Patrol.
Well, that's good.
Oh, tell that to the judge. How close
Well,
were
you didn't get
Trust me,
cited
these guys aren't pressing charges.
Yeah, okay.
How far were you behind them when they crashed into the guardrail?
Close.
How many car lengths?
Ooh, 3 maybe?
That's it?
Wow.
And you're going how fast?
Well,
Yeah, how'd you get
who's
that bad?
asking?
Yeah, how
I'm
far did you get that
asking.
bad
I'm
boy
asking.
out?
Are you going the same speed as them?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
So you were going with the flow of traffic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At 2 a.m.,
That's
flow
the-
of traffic
that's
was
the-
going.
I
That's
told
the
the
flow of traffic.
I told the SPD I was going that.
Okay, but
But
you
I
were
was-
really going what?
Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, I had to catch him.
What were we going to
Oh,
do if
you
you
were-
caught him?
All he wanted, though.
I just wanted the license plate. I was on the phone ready to give the license plate number.
Right.
And the minute I get on the phone, they start swerving and then slammed into the guardrail.
What if instead of swerving and crashing into the guardrail, they slammed on the brakes and you're in their back seat?
Trouble.
Trouble. And especially with you topless.
And I was I was trying to get up next to him, and he was driving down the middle of both lanes, not letting me,
You wanted to
pass
get
him.
him next to him just to get a look at the guys?
Yeah, I had to see.
Uh-huh.
The hot shot was ticked. What are you getting me up?
Their car was smoking. It was a pile. They should not have been getting away in that car.
So you're sound asleep.
Yes.
And your wife-to-be wakes you up telling you someone's shining a light in your car.
Yes.
What is she doing up at 1:40 in the morning when she's got school the next morning?
I told you, she's making presents for stupid kids that don't.
Oh, jeez.
That
They
have
can
rich
afford
parents
them.
that can afford them that we won't get reimbursed for.
And damn,
That's
they're
a nice,
trying to do a
that's a
wedding.
nice teacher thing to do.
When's her last
It
day of
is,
school?
actually.
Today.
Is she typically up at 1:40 in the morning?
No.
So it was a bad night for these dudes to be shining a light in your car.
Yeah.
Any other night would have been fine.
Right.
Another night,
Just
yeah, I
not
have a
tonight.
broken windshield driving into work today, freezing cold.
Well, was there anything in your car that if they shine the light long enough and your light in your house didn't go on, they would have said, oh, this is the one, we need to break into this?
Portable barbecue.
There's a portable barbecue in your car.
Would have been a big score for him.
Wow.
That's the only thing you can think of that was in your car.
Yeah, it's a shower gift that we had that's still back there.
So we'll still be able to grill after work then, right?
Thank goodness. Shoot.
What's a portable barbecue go for?
I don't know.
Depending, I mean, they can go up to what, $100 or so?
They might have broken in for that.
I don't know.
A portable BBQ is a handy little item
Yes,
for
it is.
these months coming up.
I mean, I have a stock stereo. You know, it's nothing exciting.
You have a stereo that
You
came
don't-
with your car.
Right.
You don't
All right.
leave a lot in your car, do you?
No, it's pretty clean.
Any
Yeah.
cash?
No.
Any merchandise? Any?
Nothing. I don't know what they wanted.
We would have read on the front page, Hot Shot Scott. We would have been, where is he?
Or
Oh,
those-
here it is.
Are those cars easy to steal, do you think? Like the hot wire them?
There's an alarm, so I don't know how easy. 2004. I mean, it can't be that easy.
You have a sticker on your Durango that says it's a alarmed car?
Yep.
Right.
They didn't seem like the brightest cats in the world.
How much of a head start? Why?
Well, they
Because
just.
they messed with me.
I mean, they just. First
Yeah.
of all, they could tell. I could tell they didn't know where they were going because they circled around trying to get away out of our neighborhood.
it's not their neighborhood.
It's all dead end, so I knew that.
Did you didn't have them
Why
cornered?
didn't, yeah, why
I
didn't you
did.
just block him
I
off?
had them face to face, and then they went around me.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that would have been crazy.
So then I had to turn around, and they had a big head start on me.
He's badass hot shots guy.
No, not really. I just don't want people breaking into my car.
All right.
Pisses me off.
But they had driven away. You could have said, I'm done with it at this point, but you got in your car and you went after him.
I did.
I bet she was happy you went chasing after him.
Not happy.
Yeah.
Did she scold you when you
Not
got
a
home?
good move.
A few weeks before the wedding. He's like, if I die now, what's the big deal?
So much better off.
But I love my Hemi, that's all right.
Let's see if this wedding thing is really fake. Come on, guys! Take it up to 110!
I am ready to do ads for the Dodge Hemi engine, though, by the way.
Okay.
Holy Toledo.
Helped you out?
Caught those guys like they were standing still.
How much of a head start did they have on you when they got in their car and took off?
Boy, I don't know. I mean, I could barely see their taillights, but I knew which way they
Oh,
were going.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Man, you tagged them quick
And then
then.
there's like an uphill a little bit, and that's when I got them. Their car was, blue smoke was coming out, and I had it to the floor.
You know,
I
if
was
you're going to
stitched.
try and rip off a nice neighborhood,
Oh, geez.
you know, don't drive a hoopty, right?
Well, maybe with the crash into the guardrail, you should have said, and make sure you tell your friends what happens. They mess in my neighborhood.
I mean, I'm the first one on the scene, obviously, so there's this car that's just rendered useless, and so I turn around and I come back and I said, hey, I called the cops, you know, and they're like, oh, thank you so much.
Really?
Yeah.
We're thanking you?
Yeah, they're like thanking me. I mean, they're probably scared I was going to press charges.
Weirdest story, man.
Well, I mean, they were like,
thanking him.
well, but they were like hurt, you know. I
Were
mean, sure. There was
How
a guy-
hurt are they?
I don't know.
Are they in the hospital right now, do you think?
Probably not. Two of them were walking around. One guy's laying in the back seat.
And you were just having a conversation with them at that point?
Well, I drove by and told him someone's coming to help him,
And then left.
and then I circled back around.
But you stayed till the
I
cops got
stayed,
there?
yeah. I
At
had
a
to file
distance.
report.
And then you said, hey, call us back. I'll get you some Summer Jam tickets.
That's a weird story, man.
Bizarre.
So you stayed in your car till the cops got there, just circling at a distance.
Well, I didn't circle. I went
You
up,
just hung out there, right?
Told them someone's coming,
and then you backed off and
yeah,
waited,
right?
And
waited.
they just were like,
they looked a little dazed.
right?
They couldn't have been your neighbors, just, like looking for their lost dog or something like that with a flashlight. And
Their car totaled,
It's in bad shape. It was, rendered useless. They couldn't drive it.
and you're saying when you went up to them close enough to say, "Hey, the cops are coming," they went, "Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
that was kind of cool. Let's try that another time."
Yeah, the woman was like, "Oh, thank you very much."
She hot?
No.
did they say sorry about, or why were you chasing us or anything like that?
I think they know
think they
why.
knew.
No, I think they
mean,
knew, but
I mean, the guy's driving down both lanes trying to so I couldn't pass him.
You sure they were 24?
She looked pretty young. The guy might have been a little bit older. I couldn't see the guy laying in the back seat. He was unconscious.
That's what he gets for not wearing a seatbelt, huh?
Yeah.
Well, dude in the backseat was really unconscious.
Well, they said he was in and out of consciousness.
Oh, my
That's what the cops said.
gosh, dude.
I mean, they hit the guardrail. I mean, they like spun around.
Tell you move out, 45 minutes away from Seattle to get away from crime.
I'm moving back.
And look where you are.
I know.
Better off on Capitol Hill.
Want to be with the bears and the deers and the cougars out there.
Yeah, you want to be out with the cougars out there.
Now I'm moving back to Capitol Hill to be with the other bears. They're less dangerous, not as aggressive.
At least to you, supposedly.
The T-Man. The world-famous summer...
Charlie and Denise. It was the breakup that rocked Hollywood, but since the birth of their new baby girl, has the couple reunited?
It is.
No, they haven't. But over Father's Day weekend, proud Papa Charlie was spotted spending some quality daddy time with little Lola and soon-to-be ex Denise Richards.
Oh, geez.
The couple also denies rumors that they're trying to work things out, but they do remain committed to raising their 2 children.
Well, you can just pretty much sum it all up by saying everything's pretty effed up there.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. They don't know what they want.
Right.
They don't know what the next move is. They don't want to be alone, apart from each other, and yet they don't want to be together.
Right.
We can all relate at some point in our life, I'm sure.
Just a tug of war of emotions.
Just not on the high magnitude scale that they're kind of on. But we've all been there with someone.
Sure.
I want to break up with them, but I don't know if I can be completely apart from them, and I sure as hell know I can't spend any serious time with them. What's the answer? There's no answer. That's the answer. Good luck.
Yeah. Spin card here and there. Maybe that's the answer.
They got 2 kids.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Is it kind of like I don't have the heart to hurt you?
Oh, jeez. You know what kind of emotions involved in all this when you have the kids, Terry?
Yes.
I mean, we have some dude downtown not wanting to pay child support so bad yesterday was going to blow up the whole city of Seattle.
Yeah, he was not a happy camper.
All right. All because he didn't want to pay child support? Is that what I'm reading this morning?
Well, he didn't
much.
want to do it anymore.
That damn... Oh, anymore.
Yeah.
I'm good. I did it for a week.
Right.
Sucks.
Last 15 years.
I made good for 6 months. Now I'm out. I'd sooner die. Interesting. We may have to discuss that at length at some point this morning. Men wanting to not pay child support so badly that they're willing to do such drastic things.
Right.
Maybe we need to relook into this child support little concept, huh? Eliminate it!
Ooh, wow.
Before the whole male population is
Freaks out?
freaks out!
That was
wanted-
his last words.
You wanted it worse than I did anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't even want the baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Unbelievable. Okay, well, I'm sure there'll be some discussion about that at some point, but it's a bit early this morning. Terry, what do you have there?
Well, since we heard about Scott's little break-in incident,
Oh, jeez.
I have one for you about Pamela Anderson.
He didn't do the breaking in, Terry.
Well, I know he didn't. He did the chasing.
He was the vigilante? Is that what you call yourself?
Probably.
All right.
He was the victim and the vigilante.
Yes, we wouldn't necessarily advise that this is what you do if someone's attempting to break in your car at your house.
Right.
Said I didn't even get anything.
Man, didn't even crack a window yet.
Nothing's broken.
Yeah, at least the dudes who beat that dude with a hockey stick to death had their car actually broken into.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't want flashlights in my car.
Stop shining the
Shining
light.
things in my car.
Yeah, stop.
Well, you know, you got to find my pot. Get away.
Anyway,
Yes.
Pamela Anderson's home was broken into recently,
that right?
and somebody and the culprit
Oh, jeez.
didn't steal anything, but did touch her undies.
Was she in him?
No, she wasn't in them.
That'd have been cool. She's just lying there. Beep.
And runs out of the house.
Right.
Oh, I touched her panties.
While shining a flashlight on it.
Right.
Because
And
if he did break into her house and touch her panties with her in them, Terry, like sleeping in her bed,
Right.
he would have to be screened for hepatitis B this morning.
wow.
Or hepatitis C, whatever she has.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
But the interesting note is that
But I'd still take a chance. I'd walk up to her there in the bedroom and just go, beep.
the intruder was not a he, but
Oh.
a she.
Well, it doesn't change anything, Terry. She could still walk up to it and in a female voice say, beep. The beep
could.
is the key, Terry.
Oh, is it? Beep.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And that's the one finger touch on the crotch.
Well, the woman left a note in her panty drawer, and it
jeez.
read, quote, "I'm not a lesbian. I just want to touch you."
Wow.
And that's how she knew that they touched her panties.
World may be getting scarier, Terry. Mm-hmm. Maybe Pamela Anderson should rethink this idea of the stupid sitcom she has now.
Oh, it's stacked?
It may not be worth it.
Did they get picked up again?
To have weird women breaking into your house, rummaging through your panty drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Panty drawer.
Beep. So she, of course, is still freaked out about this, and she got a new security system.
David, ever beep anyone's panties when you really didn't have the right to?
I don't think so.
Really?
I'm just trying to. I'm racking my brain trying to think of it. But I don't.
His brain.
I can't think of any situation like that. But
Could you imagine tiptoeing up to Pamela Anderson sleeping in bed and then just going, beep?
I think the beat might wake her up.
Then
though.
taking a headfirst dive out of the bedroom window or what?
Rolling on the ground.
Well, yeah, the beep may wake her up, but it's worth it, and that's why you take the headfirst dive, the swan dive out of the window.
Yeah.
Hopefully Hotshot's not there to chase you down the street.
Okay.
Just don't bring any flashlights.
I think the people that she hangs out with are probably chasers too. Bad boys.
Oh, jeez. So you never beeped, or are you still racking your brain?
I can't think of a situation where I have unknowingly or unwillingly to the person who was getting beeped.
Well, have they caught this woman that broke into Pamela Anderson's house or no?
No, they have not.
She's at large.
She's at large.
The female panty bandit.
Yeah, I guess so.
Did she sniff the panties? Did
No,
she put them over her head?
All they know is that she touched her panties and left a note in the drawer that said what I, read you.
What if you woke up one morning and had a note in your panty drawer?
That would totally freak me.
Oh, jeez.
That's bizarre.
And you figured out you wrote it. Left it for yourself.
Yeah. Ooh.
And it'd really be bizarre, Steven. Terry on writing. Anyway.
Yeah, there would have been typos. Then you would have known for sure.
Right.
Oh, this is just for myself.
Okay. Well, that is, yes. Maybe Pamela Anderson needs to, now that she's got a major hit television show, get a better security system on her freaking house, and no one will mess up her panty drawer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it yet?
What's that now?
Her little sitcom?
What's that now?
Okay. Her sitcom. Stacked? Yeah.
What time's it on now?
I don't know.
I can't make it!
I have no idea.
No. How many episodes have they shown us stacked?
I think it's done.
I think it is done, yeah.
Got
they
canceled
cancel
already?
already?
After 4 episodes?
So, yeah.
I know Pasty watched it for a minute.
So maybe she left a note in her panty drawer, pretended it was an intruder just to keep herself in the headlines.
Could be.
It's a damn shame. The lengths you got to go to keep your fame alive.
I guess so.
So when you do it to yourself, do you still make the noise?
What's that now?
When you beep yourself, I mean, do
Okay,
you...
see, Steven, I don't have a vagina, and you don't.
I was
you
meaning
don't
as-
beep a penis.
Right. Well, what do you do to a penis?
What do you do, Steven? You get yourself a fresh porno mag,
Right.
turn down the lights in the bathroom, and you don't beep, but you do. You get it now?
I do get it.
All
yeah.
right. You've done that before, I imagine, right?
Some would say, yeah.
Your mom threw away. All right. Anyhow, what's that now, Terry? Were you saying anything?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I can give you a couple updates, though. Well, one at least.
On what?
The kid from Desperate Housewives, the Cody Cash.
Cody Cash?
Yeah, who plays the troubled teen in the Desperate Housewives. A while back,
He's not the gardener little dude, right?
No. I
That's
don't.
screwing Eva Longoria, right?
No, He's
right.
somebody's son, one of the ladies' sons.
All right.
Anyway, he was busted back in May for possession of marijuana.
Beep.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he pretty much got a slap on the wrist for that.
All right. What'd you want him to get? 20 years?
No,
All right.
I just was
How
giving you
old
a
is
little-
Cody Cash?
17.
17.
Mm-hmm. He was in the East Village,
Right.
and he and some friends were smoking a joint,
Yes.
passing it back and forth.
Cody Cash.
Cody Cash.
My name like Cody Cash.
Yeah.
Your life is already off to a bad start. Like I saw some dude, I was watching the Red Sox play the Cleveland Indians last night on ESPN. I'm flipping through.
Uh-huh.
Dude at bat named Coco Crisp.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
You heard
Really?
of Coco
Yeah,
Crisp?
sure.
Coco Chris.
Great name.
I'd never heard of the guy. Is he new in the Major League Baseball scene or
Couple
what?
3 years.
That long?
I remember being at Safeco Field and hearing it. I thought it was a joke.
Coco Crisp.
Really?
Man, I just got a real yearning for breakfast cereal.
Any good?
That's a far stretch from breakfast cereal, too. I mean, it's good, but that's not really breakfast cereal.
Well, it's like Cookie Crisp.
Yeah.
Cocoa Puffs.
Gee.
Two of my
Yeah,
favorites.
just combine them in one big bowl.
There you go.
And you got Cocoa Crisp.
Some woman out there had the nerve to name her son Cocoa Crisp.
Right.
Milton Bradley as well in the Major League Baseball.
He had so much just anxiety and adrenaline from having that name all his life that he used it towards something positive
Yeah.
and became a baseball player.
Way to go, Coco.
What a success story for Cocoa Crisp.
That is crazy.
Yeah, if he gets traded for Fruit Loops, it'll be weird.
Yes.
We have issues then.
Okay.
The T-Man.
Porn on the PlayStation Portable. Next month, the Tokyo sex video maker
Yeah.
is going to release the world's first adult discs that play on the PlayStation Portable.
PlayStation.
Sony says it cannot impose restrictions.
The anchor doesn't sound too comfortable talking about the PlayStation. It'll be available on the PlayStation. Either that or the Xbox. The box of X. Porn on the PlayStation, Terry.
That's
It's going
right.
to release the world's first adult discs that play on the PlayStation Portable.
Yes.
Sony says it cannot impose restrictions.
Can't do anything about it. Their hands are tied, just like the woman in the video.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
There's nothing they can do. Gotta surrender, just take it.
Wow.
Just take it hard.
Okay.
Like it, enjoy it, make it your road. That's what the creators of the PlayStation have to do. They can't help what's being put in.
Right.
They just created a console called the PlayStation, and their hands are now out of the mix as far as what people are, I guess, capable of putting in the PlayStation.
Whatever you want to stick in, it's
Right.
fine.
Something tells me you put porn in the PlayStation, a lot of things will follow being put into the PlayStation. Okay, I'm not using this joystick outlet. Yeah! Wow! All right.
So porn's now available.
On the PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We need for games anymore then, huh?
Oh, jeez.
Nobody more happy about this than Darius Free.
Oh!
boy.
Yes.
Mom!
What are you doing in there, Darian? Darian! I'm just playing with the PlayStation.
Oh, when you say it like that, you're watching porn.
I thought you wanted an Xbox. Not anymore.
Right.
John Madden's having sex with one of the cheerleaders.
Yes. Oh,
Oh, my gosh.
that'd be hot.
Oh, wow.
I take her and I go boom, boom. That'd be, yes.
So wrong. Right?
Quite the video game. Mm-hmm. Where do I buy? Stephen, do you have a PlayStation Portable? You seem like the type. Come on.
He has no
With
no
all
game
the
consoles.
with all the walking around your little neighborhood incarnation, you're not the PlayStation Portable guy.
No, I have a little Atari thing that has like 30 games in one little unit.
Huh?
It's very exciting. For home use.
You have Atari?
Yes.
Okay. Anyhow,
It's true. Weird with all the free time you have, you don't play any video games.
he has Atari, not the PlayStation. Okay. Yeah, you don't play video games, do you, Steven?
I do not, no.
I just got the San Andreas that just came out for
yeah?
Xbox, Terry.
How do you like it?
You know, us Xbox users?
Yes,
we
you
had
Xbox.
we had to wait like 6 to 9 months, I guess, to get
Right.
San Andreas. Well, those days are now over. Now it's here. Now it's available.
Wow.
I think it was released on June 7th. On June 7th and 1 second, I was a purchaser of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
And you're enjoying it?
I haven't broken it out of the plastic yet.
Oh.
But it's in my house.
Yes.
And when I do,
Oh, boy,
it'll
watch
be
out.
nonstop fun.
Okay.
So now when you have all these things in plastic at your house, do you
Yeah.
leave them in one spot and then you just,
Oh, dear.
when you're ready, you go and get it?
Huh?
Well, because you've got a lot of DVDs in plastic.
Right.
And,
I don't know how to answer that question.
Yeah,
because
what's
I
the question,
really
really?
didn't hear it.
Do you put them all in one spot?
It's one big pile.
just in one big pile, like in your garage or something like that. So, when I want to play it, I can go to my new cache of games.
Oh, jeez. You all right there, Steven?
I'm fine.
Okay. What else is going on, Terry? What else?
Just a quick update on.
I find the man more scary this morning than ever before.
Well, I don't understand why that's a tough question.
Oh, geez.
Well, you probably put some with the rest of the games. Some are in plastic
I
and
put
some
my,
aren't.
I put my Xbox games with my Xbox games amongst the open and closed ones. I put my DVDs with the DVDs, whether they're in plastic or they've been used. Does this help you out at all?
Well, I don't know why it was so tough to answer.
So are you envisioning, Stephen, that he's got one pile of unopened and one
Right,
pile
and
of
then
open?
it's kind of exciting when you go and get the new one.
Tell your wife, guess what, Angela? I'm going to the
Okay.
unopened pile for a new game.
You know what? You guys can live my life.
I couldn't alphabetize the the unopened ones with the open ones.
Sounds
It would
like
just
you
be
can.
screwed up.
Sounds like you could live my life better than me. Why don't you go for it? All right. I don't have any kind of systems like this. It's,
Trying to be in the game conversation, try to be
right.
friends with you, and it doesn't seem to work.
no, not even close.
Trying to be
We
friends.
thought you learned years ago not even to bother.
But every
Anyhow,
once in a while, you got to give it the old college
right.
try.
I can't believe that I haven't broken that out of the plastic yet. When I bought it, I was like, oh, I can't wait to get home and play this. Now about what? 2 weeks have passed by. I haven't
Yes.
played it. I haven't even played it. I know as soon as I get started, it's going to be nonstop. The baby will be neglected. It'll be 3 years old. I'll be like, how'd you grow so fast?
What's going to happen with all the time?
Right.
Oh, you're going to college? Ah, see you later.
Yes.
Here's tuition money.
I'm almost on level 27. I don't even know if there are levels. I don't think there are. The last one there wasn't. Anyway, but they technically are levels. All right, anyway.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, whatever. Anyhow, what else is going on there, Terrence?
To later rest the rumors about Bennifer too. They are not married. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner just went to New York and spent the weekend. So
the reports yesterday were bogus.
bogus. Yes, all lies.
And we can look forward to tomorrow morning. You could tell us about how the report on someone breaking into Pamela Anderson's house and beeping her vagina was bogus, too.
Well, maybe so, but I don't think so because this woman left a note. So.
Okay. So there's some lasting evidence there.
Right,
I
right.
see. All right.
Now, according to the National Enquirer,
Right.
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie may have become members of the Mile High Club recently. On a flight from L.A. to Mexico City that they were on together in a private jet.
It doesn't count if you're in a private jet.
Oh, why? I just thought that it didn't matter.
It didn't matter what.
No, I mean, if you're on a plane or whatever.
No, if you're in a private jet, it doesn't count as a Mile High Club. There's got to be some sense of you being caught by, like, some homosexual male stewardess.
Well,
And I know they're called flight attendants now, but when you're gay, Terry,
Yes.
you're called a stewardess.
well, but you still have those on a private jet, right?
But when you own the jet, or you know the person that owns the jet, he's not going to break in and go, you sit down now, I just brought you the hot nuts, and you're supposed to be in your seat enjoying them.
And when it's your staff.
Yeah, when it's your staff.
They just leave
big
you
deal.
alone,
It's
right?
not
I mean,
Is that
I
it?
guess technically it would be the Mile High Club because you're a mile in the air.
Right.
All right.
Ah.
But in its true formation of where it was invented, discovered, and put into play, the Mile High Club has to take place on a commercial airplane.
Back in the
in the
coach
bathroom,
when
right?
some big fat guy just blew it up in there.
Right. Some big fat guy
I gotcha.
just blew it up in there.
Relate.
You got some 63-year-old woman banging on the door trying to get in,
Right.
and you're sitting there going, come on, baby, this hot, come on, you know? That's what you got to do. That's the way the Mile High Club was devised in the people's minds that invented this pseudo club.
Pseudo-club.
Yes.
So it's actually like
Can't be on some private plane. Mr. Pitt, did you want the lamb medium rare? Or... Right. Get out of here. Right. That's not Mile High Club stuff.
Stupid.
oh,
Just
okay.
surprised Scott can blow it up in a commercial jet's bathroom.
Oh, it is.
I don't fit.
Okay.
Well, I
Anyhow.
don't fit.
Wow. That sounds like these two are bonding. Don't tell me about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie joining the Mile High Club on a private airplane.
All right. I didn't realize that all the technicalities
Well, now
of
you
the
know.
Mile High Club.
Now
yes,
you
now
know.
I know.
And let this be a lesson for everyone out there. You get too rich, you lose your ability
Damn.
to be in the Mile High Club, unless, of course, you want to suspend your normal way of travel with your private plane and get on a commercial plane and make it happen.
Okay.
Commercial plane.
Come on.
With your gay male stewardess telling you to get out of there. This is against flight regulations.
There's other people waiting.
Right.
Sit down, people.
Now, does it count if you join the Mile High Club by yourself in the bathroom on a coach?
Oh, my gosh.
No, if that was the case, all men would be in.
It'd be a sizable club. Huh?
Yes. It'd be
wow, really?
It would
Don't
no
tell me
longer.
that.
It would no longer be an exclusive club. Terry, that's not Jergens lotions in there, all right?
Wow.
Be careful what you're reaching for in the very spacious bathroom.
Yes, I will.
On your
time.
next Delta Airlines flight?
Sure, I
Okay.
will. Definitely.
All right.
Didn't even think about that. Thanks, Hotshot. That's nice.
It's happened.
Oh, boy.
That's happened, Terry.
Okay.
I don't know by whom,
Right.
but I know it's him. It's a long flight on board.
That girl sitting next to me won't even talk to me.
Right. I tried everything. Tried all my moves. All right, I'm going to the bathroom.
The T-Man. The world.
A local biotech company may have found a new key to obesity.
Oh.
Researchers at Seattle's Rosetta Informatics discovered 2 genes in mice. The genes are not only linked to obesity, but they could
Terry,
be
those are 2 words you never find linked together. Obesity and genes. I don't see how they have a story talking about obese and genes.
Well, they do.
No, obesity and sweats we get.
Yes.
Right, totally.
Obesity and XXX sweats.
Triple those
I've
in the
heard
good old
those
days.
stories, Terry.
A local biotech company may have found a new key to obesity. Researchers at Seattle's Rosetta Informatics discovered 2 genes in mice. The genes are not only linked to obesity, but they could be targets for a new drug to prevent it. The goal now is to figure out exactly how these genes influence obesity, and then they'll work on designing the drug.
Obesity in mice, Terry. Mm-hmm. There were certain genes in these particular mice that made them obese.
Yes.
I don't know. Mice just sit around eating cheese all day. You wonder why they're fat. All right. Maybe mice aren't the best little creatures to study when you're trying to figure out the ins and outs of obesity, okay?
Yeah.
They're not hitting the salad bar too often, the mice.
No joke.
Show me a mouse gnawing on a piece of broccoli, and then maybe I'll change my opinion.
Right.
Still fat?
All right.
There's got to be a gene.
But I guess maybe these researchers and scientists and whatever people know more than I do. I doubt it. Anyhow.
Scientists, they don't know anything.
Well, how about if they do find, like, some cure, some vaccine eventually gets developed, so if you were the type of body composition that had a tendency for your future days to get obese, you would never get obese because you got that vaccine.
Right. The
Well,
obese vaccine?
And meanwhile, gay phone operators getting bigger by the second.
Oh, wow.
Now, if they came out with this vaccine...
Oh, he just got bigger.
Right. Oh, look at the time, Terry. He just got bigger again. Now, if they came out with this vaccine, Terry, that made you no longer have an ability to gain too much weight, but it didn't help the people that were already overweight. It just helped those that hadn't really started their life yet and made sure they wouldn't get overweight. Would someone like what's his name again? A gay phone operator, Terry, would he be happy hearing about that news, saying, oh, good, I'm glad no one has to go through what I went through. I'm glad no one has to deal with the rigors of being a tremendously big individual. I'm glad those days are over for the generations that will follow me. Or does he sit back and go, those frickin' bastards, they lucked out, and I had to suffer. They should suffer too. What seems more in line with his personality? Stephen Gilbert.
Well, I think that he would be mad at the people who were able to take the gene. However, I don't think that he would have wanted to because I think the weight defines him.
The weight defines him. Wow. So if there was a vaccine that he could have taken back when he was relatively thin as a future farmer, he wouldn't have taken it, thus preventing all the years that followed the Future Farmers of America Club, where he just gained 50 pounds a year.
I think maybe it does. I'm going to step back just a little bit because I think that he would like to have be big enough to where the back doesn't hurt as much. He'd like to be able to walk, I think.
So what would you say gay phone operator's ideal weight is?
Oh, his ideal weight in his mind?
In his mind, yes.
Wow.
What is he now?
Ideal?
That's a hefty question.
What he would see as ideal, as far as he still has the ability to enjoy a nice drive-through moment, and yet the back pain isn't there, and the constant reminders of his weight situation aren't there either. His ideal weight at 5'2".
I think we all need a lot of time on this.
It's tough. It is a very tough question.
Ideal weight?
Told you we'd be done with this crap.
I think 2 bills he's good at.
Oh, I think it's higher than that.
Yeah, it's higher than that. I mean, to...
285.
If I'm available, I'll answer the phone.
He'll want to be $2 bills, but
Won't get there ever.
Only person in America excited for that movie.
What?
You're on the way to work, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Gay, it looks like they're making strides in assuring the future human beings of the planet that we call Earth that they may not have to ever worry about a weight issue. If they're isolating particular genes that cause people to gain weight, Terry, well, then they can target those genes to make sure that they are never put into play as far as a person becoming obese. Right. Would that make you happy to learn that obesity was never going to be a problem again in the future of our world? Or would you say, damn those bastards, if I had to be huge, so do they?
Why would I want anybody to have to go through what I've gone through?
Because you're a conniving, sniveling, really mean-streaked person.
Okay, no, I'd be pissed because it didn't help me, but I would be happy that other people wouldn't have to be fat.
I don't know. I think if you were like, let's flash forward like 25 years.
Wow.
And he's like 916 pounds now.
Whoa!
Then all of a sudden, on the nightly news, where he's sitting around watching because the bulldozer hasn't taken down the side wall of his house yet.
Right.
And they come on and say, well, no one will ever have to worry about being overweight again. We have this vaccine. It's ready to be distributed. Nobody ever will have to worry. Shot in the arm, everyone will be 180 pounds.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'd be a total bitter bitch, but I still wouldn't want anybody else to have to be fat.
Whoa! Get out of the way.
Meanwhile, he's running people off the road.
Moving their ass on a light.
You what?
Somebody wasn't moving their ass on a light. I had to honk.
Oh, you honked them.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I recognize, Terry,
Yes.
that in New York City, where I've spent time in my life, horn honking is a way of life. Out here, I haven't heard a horn honk in the past, 8 years. All right?
I gotcha.
Until now.
Until Gay.
A gay phone operator.
Out there honking away.
Somebody 2 seconds late and going through the green light because they didn't notice it changed, and he's honking.
Yeah, they're reading the damn book. They need to leave.
That's true. In Seattle, people won't honk. We'll just sit behind the person. Oh, well, it goes through another cycle.
Yeah.
There it's yellow. Now it's red again.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, I'm glad I was incorrect in pointing out that you have a mean streak.
I do have a mean streak, and I admit that. But, I mean, I wouldn't want anybody to have to go through being fat.
Whatever. You're just saying that because it's all pretty much a hypothetical right now. If they...
No, I told you, I said I'd be a bitter bitch about it if it didn't help me. And that's true.
But it would vindicate you because then you could say, see, there's nothing I can do.
Right.
It's a gene.
But he can't do that because we watched him lose 15% of his body weight in a month.
That was amazing.
Because you can't do something.
That was an amazing time in his life, and yet it was
His face,
such
everything.
a distant memory.
Exciting.
All right, maybe it was
wasn't
exciting for us,
exciting
but
for
it wasn't for you, I guess.
It was
Jeez.
exciting for me.
Who was the one who was always like, wow, I got to walk across the room without any pain.
It couldn't have been that exciting for you if you quit so easily. I'm not going through it again.
I'm not going. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into this again.
Yes.
Because you're going to make it something that you want it to be, which is not.
I don't want it to be anything. I want it to be bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a good day.
What's for breakfast?
I don't know.
Oh, he knows.
Oh, that's why the horn honked.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's
the drive-thru.
He's 2 cars away from the window of love.
People should know what you want when you get in here.
People see his car go, oh, we already got it ready for you.
What is for breakfast this
Never
morning,
says
Gay?
no. It's always there for you. It's
What?
wonderful.
Oh, it never talks back, does it?
Yeah.
What is for breakfast this morning, Gay?
I don't know. I have a wide range of choices.
Ah.
Do ya?
Well, let's hear your options.
Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Burger King. Well, that's my choices.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite
what do
this
you do
morning?
with
Do you think his former trainer kicking back, hearing all this, is like, this is everything I hoped for?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, if I was a conniving ass like he was, I'm sure
Oh,
he would.
boy, come on now.
Whoa!
You mean the guy who was giving you free... Oh, no, I'm not going through it again, Terry.
Yeah, the guy that treated me like crap. Yeah,
Whatever,
that guy.
yeah, treated you like crap. Okay, whatever. Everyone that's
Exactly.
gets
You're gonna
close
say
to you.
whatever, that he treated me well.
Yes.
You weren't there.
All right, whatever, dude.
No, whatever you.
You're a
ass.
lying loser. That's the reality. That's who you are.
that's what you want me to be?
No, I don't want you to be it. That's what,
That's what you want me to
unfortunately,
be
I
because
recognize that you are.
You don't know the goddamn situation.
All I know is that Dr. Tony wrote emails to us trying to get you back in there. This trainer of yours wrote emails trying to get you back in there. Everyone, yeah, he probably tried to push you a little bit, and you worked it out in your head that, oh, I can justify this now, getting out of here by just making him into a monster. And that's what you did. I'm not going through it again. Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. Oh, that big circle head, Terry.
Yes.
He's not a conniving. What did he call him? Conniving. What was his phrase?
I can't remember. Bastard.
Yes. Ronald McDonald will never be a conniving bastard to you.
He won't trick you.
I think the manipulator, though, Gay, you have to understand you are a manipulator as well.
Yes, he's the biggest manipulator of them all. Wendy, Terry, with those little pigtails.
Oh, she's so cute.
Wendy's never going to hit Gay with his watch.
No.
You never have to worry about those things. You're safe in the fast food lane.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, you make it what you want it to be.
What are you talking about? That's what you said you were having for breakfast.
But you guys didn't experience what I experienced.
Right.
So that's not fair for you guys to say that I just quit, and then I quit because I'm lazy or I don't want to work.
You are lazy. You don't want to work.
And
Yes.
no doubt, you lost 50 pounds.
Yeah, you
and
worked your ass off during that one
awesome.
month. During that 1 month, we truly believe you worked your ass off. And then came the point where you didn't want to do it
I
anymore.
didn't quit just because it was hard.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't.
It's the first time in your life you quit because it was hard.
Dude.
The last time in your life, the only time in your life where you'll quit because it was hard. He did hard work, Terry. There's no doubt about it.
And he got results.
He worked his ass off.
And he got
respect for him.
results.
But then he never saw where the end. He never saw where the destination was. It was too far away. So he said, "You know what? I can't keep it up."
The asshole trainer.
Right.
Everything off.
Mm-hmm.
So don't
You've
tell
really
me
made
I
this guy
didn't try
evil.
Because I tried to still go to that gym.
Right.
And he won't let me.
I'm sure you're trying real hard.
Unless I specifically see him because he's a goddamn control freak.
Right.
Worse than you.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, worse than you?
Right now he is. As soon as he forgets about him soon, then I'll be back number one.
Yeah.
But
but right now you're right.
Yeah.
He's the bullseye right now.
yeah, and I'll be the conniving loser again at some
Right,
point,
right. And the misery of his entire life. It's
You know
all
what? You're
you.
going to say what you want. Have fun. Thanks, Terry. Have a great day.
Okay.
Bye.
There he goes. Wow. We'll be back feeling the love in a couple of seconds as the smell of golden hash browns comes his way.
Oh, it's tough to beat that smell.
Actually, it's important.
How many people make your meals for you?
It's so damn frustrating, Terry. Yeah, oh, no. Only conniving bastards of the world will make your meals, Terry, and make sure you stick to that plan and offer you free massages, which I have to pay myself.
Right.
What do I pay for massage these days? $120?
120 something. Mm-hmm.
I don't get them free. I'm not as big time as gay phone operator, apparently. I need a conniving bastard in my life to get him free.
Someone who's way too intense.
Right.
And these people wanted to have better health for him, too, right?
Yeah.
Louse.
Now he's got the bacon, egg, and cheese artery.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We understand. But he thinks we all don't get it, but he does.
Right.
That's what he thinks.
I know.
And that's why he's fine going from day to day, because he believes what he says is true.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't do anything to convince him otherwise.
Right.
I mean, we can't all be
Howdy.
asses, can we?
Well, we are, though.
But he thinks we are.
I
Yeah.
know, but
Apparently
because we
so.
don't know
I mean,
what's happening.
3 out of 4, half of us, but all of us?
Apparently so in his mind.
All right.
We don't get it.
Because we've never gone through
We're
what
the only
he's
one- yeah.
gone through.
All right, what else is going on, Terry? Please.
Well,
Begging you.
just want to let you know that TV remotes cause...
I can't ever put them on anymore. See, that's my mistake. I can't
know.
ever dial them up because
It always goes
it's
there.
my fault.
Right,
It always
right.
goes there because of the frustration I have
Right.
for how the hell could a person lose 15% of their body weight in the first month and then be like, I'm out.
Right.
Nah, not working.
Right.
Want to go back to Jack in the Box.
Right.
What else, Terry?
I was going to tell you about TV remotes and how they cause 1.5 million arguments a day.
Oh.
Yeah. Study was done by the firm Teletext, and that they are worldwide. They found that people have 1.5 million arguments a day over the remote control. They say that 77% of adults get annoyed when someone switches the channel without asking.
They do a study on how many remotes, as we speak right now, are lodged up in orifice of someone's body that they can't get out, Terry.
Well, not lodged up in somebody's orifice, but they do say that 3% of people say they use a remote to hit someone else.
I have this aunt, Terry, who really pissed me off back a few years ago.
Please.
I haven't checked up on her recently, but last I heard...
Yes.
Well...
The remote is still there.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Just push your boob and change the channel.
Push your boob anyway. Anyhow... I'm sure, yes. Remote control possession is a big thing in a lot of households.
Oh, I'm sure.
When you have the remote control, you have the power.
Oh, yeah.
No argument in my house. Stay away, woman.
Stay away, woman.
Go elsewhere, wench.
Argument's over.
That was a quick argument.
You only need one.
I think he'll not ever argue with you again, knowing what you can do with a Hemi.
Amy's been practicing with the TiVo because she's getting it down.
Wow.
I think she practices when I'm not there.
I don't think you ever wanted to get it down, Steven.
Yeah. May take control of it.
Once she gets it down, she's going to want control from you, and we all know how much control you truly have.
That's right. Rule with an iron fist.
Master.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Iron Fist.
I said we're watching reruns of Cheers. Maybe I don't speak English anymore. Because I thought that's what I said. That's how you talk, Stephen, right?
Oh, pretty much.
Okay. Oh, I can see that.
The T-Man. The world-famous summer dance.
The same cafe.
Here, Oprah was reportedly turned away from the Hermes store in Paris because her hair wasn't done and they didn't recognize her.
Oh!
Oprah's people say she was in Paris, but they know nothing about the incident.
Mm-hmm.
I find this one hard to believe because who doesn't recognize Oprah?
Oh, geez. Why would you be turned away from the Hermes store even if they didn't recognize her? Why would they turn her away?
Maybe they...
Get out of here, you fat bitch! Make our store look like crap!
It could be too bad. Maybe they did. Maybe they thought she was a transient. Who knows?
Oprah's a transient?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
if Oprah doesn't do herself up, she looks like a transient.
Well, I
She's
don't
got
know.
on oversized men's shoes with the toes missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Oprah, have you ever seen her without her makeup on? Have you ever seen
It's
Oprah?
not good.
Have you
Yeah,
ever
it's
seen
not.
Oprah not done up?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe transient is a stretch, but pretty close. Oprah does not look good when she's not done up by a team of like 603 people.
right.
And then even when she is, like I saw Oprah on an award show where she had her hair done, she had her makeup done, she was in a really nice dress, she had her good jewelry on, and she didn't look nearly as good as she looks on the set of her show. There's something they must do with the lighting on her show.
Yeah.
There's something they must do with filters on the camera,
They do.
with Harpo Productions, that makes her look better than she really is.
And sometimes she's on the cover of a magazine.
Oh, geez.
And she looks great.
Sometimes.
On the cover of the O magazine, she looks great. If you see her on the cover of the Inquirer, you might start
Totally.
screaming in the grocery store.
No, I
You don't
didn't
look like that.
I did. I saw a thing about her show, and they do specifically use certain lighting just for her.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of shocked. I was like, look at Oprah. She looks like she's all done up, but she doesn't look good.
You can still see the bags.
She looks really good on her show. She looks very pretty. Mm-hmm. For a thicker, older lady.
You didn't see her.
There's something the way the lighting hits her and the way her hair is done and everything. That is very, very, yes. But on this award show, it's like, oh, something's done on that. That's when I put it all together. There's something done on her set.
Because she can't.
Like it's somebody else.
It's called slim lighting or...
Slim lighting. Yeah.
It's that soft filter like they give you on senior pictures.
Yes.
To get rid of the acne.
It's like the Yen Louis ingredient.
Yeah, there you go.
Here, Oprah was reportedly turned away from the Hermes store in Paris because her hair wasn't done and they didn't recognize her. Oprah's
I thought it was Hermes.
Hermes, you did? It's Hermes.
Right.
If you call it Hermes, you're probably going to get turned away.
Yes. I thought it was Louis Vuitton.
Do you have any of that gucky clothes?
Right.
What's that called?
because her hair wasn't done and they didn't recognize her. Oprah's people say she was in Paris, but they know nothing about the incident. I find this one hard to believe because Who doesn't recognize Oprah?
But that's what we're supposed to be learning from the story, that because they didn't recognize Oprah and because she didn't look good enough, that she was kicked out of the Air Maze store.
Turned away.
That they'll turn you away if you just don't look of a certain stature of beauty.
Maybe so.
Also a pretty woman, right? They kicked her
that's
out.
true. She wasn't wearing the right clothes.
That was a movie, though, and this is real
It
life.
may indicate that something like that could happen.
Uh-huh.
So maybe Oprah was dressed like a hooker and didn't want to serve her.
Oprah dressed like a hooker.
Sounded like the opposite.
He was the first black person in an Air Maze store in France.
Wow.
Or in the country itself, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Tony Parker came on over here, and now they don't remember.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's one, Tony Parker. He's a military kid. I don't think he counts.
Okay. Wow. We'll have to find out if there's any more coming out about that story.
Another reason to
Yes.
hate the French.
Oh, damn.
No, don't hate the French. That's so wrong. There's so many people that go overboard hating the French. It's so not right. Anyhow, French have done nothing wrong.
But smell bad.
Okay. Yes, but that's all of Europe. Anyhow, they don't believe in deodorant. They believe in the natural smell is a beautiful smell. Get on a bus with a European person with their arm holding onto the rail and see if you agree. Anyhow.
I'll take a pass.
Right.
I'll walk.
What else? What else is going on, Terry?
Interesting study here that was done in Denmark about women and orgasms. Apparently, for women.
Say what now?
For women and orgasms.
A study on women and orgasms?
Yes.
Now, Terry, I get rather tired of your never-ending studies that you find on a day-to-day basis. This one has piqued my interest. Yes, go ahead. Women and orgasms.
According to this study.
Come on. What?
Okay.
Yes.
That's how they do the study, actually.
For women, having an orgasm is more than just pleasurable, they found. It's apparently also a stress reliever.
Oh, what a finding.
Well-
of course. Anything pleasurable would be stress relieving.
Well-
Show me something pleasurable that causes... Well, I'm sure there are things. Too many things. But, of course, you got to do a study. Of course, some woman wanted to lay back and do a study on that.
Yeah, they actually shot dye into the women's brains while they were, and they studied that.
They actually studied
Found.
the physics of the
orgasm
of the situation and the little situations happening in the brain, the chemistry of the brain, concluded that yes, not only is sex fun, but a stress reliever.
Right. They
Well, tell
found
that to my wife. After I gave her an orgasm, or at least she looked like she was having one, could have been totally fake. She started screaming at me like crazy the other day.
Oh, screaming at you.
Right. And why?
Why?
Yes, what did you do?
You truly want to know why I got yelled at? Why I got yelled
it
at
like right
like
after?
some commoner?
Some commoner. Was it right after, or was it like a couple hours
It was
after?
right after. It was right after.
Wow.
Man, I need this in my life. Here I am bringing you to the absolute heights of ecstasy, and you yell at me 10 seconds later?
Ooh.
But what do you think it is? Now that I phrased it that way, what do you think it is? Can anyone, Stephen, can you conclude why it is?
Is it sun-related?
Sun-related?
Like your child-related?
What, he was laying right next to us, and I rolled
or like
over
he was
onto
crying
him?
or something? I don't know.
No, it was not sun-related. Well, it was child-related, but not sun-related. Can you figure it out now? Can you figure it out now?
You may have expelled...
Oh, jeez. I think he's getting warmer.
In the situation...
It kind of goes to
In the situation.
Yes.
And
your wife has a
she may not want that at
you
this
think?
point.
Yeah, the promise was
The promise was
that it was going to be like, how you say, coitus interruptus.
Yes.
All right. Where I would have pulled out and laid it out all over those big milkers now there.
That's not really interrupted.
And I'm really good at that. I'm really good with my timing. I'm really good with the control and all
Sure.
that. However, on this occasion, I didn't. However, what she doesn't acknowledge, Terry,
Yeah.
is it wasn't my fault.
Oh, no. How
She
was
was
it not your fault, though?
Because, Terry, she had her hand so hard on my ass that when I actually got to the point where I was ready to yak it out of there,
Expel.
right. No, when I was supposed to get out
Yes.
of the house, she had her hand so hard on my ass and probably didn't even know it because she was so busy faking her orgasm that I couldn't get out. Well, why didn't you say something to me? Why didn't you stop? Well, it looked like you were having a pretty good time there. And I was enjoying the show.
So now she thinks you're trying to trap her with another kid.
If you get me pregnant again, well, she wants to wait about a year or so. And
Sure.
I'm ready now. I don't care. It's not, so that's why she thinks I did it on purpose.
Oh.
Why would I do it on purpose? Is that what my life has come to? Gotta trap my wife for a second kid?
You've trapped me in this relationship with another child.
I could have a kid now. I could have a kid yesterday. I could have a kid in a year. If she wants to wait a year, fine.
I can
Let's wait a
understand
year.
that. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get on the pill.
Oh, there you go.
Fine, then get on the pill. Well, if you're okay with it affecting my breast milk.
Whoa.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Is that what you said?
The doctor said I was I was there.
Yeah, whatever, honey.
I was there in the doctor's office and the gynecologist when he said, Terry, that it'd have no effect on the breast milk, or if any, like a tiniest of minimal of effect.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But she's still very precautionary with that, right?
Yes.
So that's
I think it's her Filipino side.
Well, it's understandable.
That is totally anti-all medicine.
So now you can find out just a little while later here.
I just gave it to you good, and you yell at me like that? Good for me, too, though.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. Well,
were you clutching her rear as well, or what?
No.
Okay.
Dual rear clutching.
Yeah, that's amazing.
No, I had my hands off my ass. Anyhow,
You had your hands on your own ass, right?
yeah.
Like, oh, this is great.
4 hands on the ass.
So she may have been pushing you away.
No, but that's a true story. I mean, she doesn't even acknowledge that it was her fault. I didn't realize that her hands were so hard on my ass.
Hard on your ass.
Until it was time for me to journey out of there. And I
it's a nice little slow journey.
Well,
okay, kids, back up.
I'm able to narrow it down to the last second and still do it properly.
Right.
But if you're a second late,
sure,
it's over.
Right.
And I had gotten it down to the last second. So I want to get everything I can out of it without crossing the baby line there.
Sure.
Yeah, because you definitely can't get pregnant doing it that way.
Yeah, not at all.
Oh, yeah. Never.
Kids at home.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got a better shot. I know.
But we're at the point now where if it did happen, it wouldn't be the biggest tragedy in the world. We're a married couple with already a baby. So, yeah, she wants to wait a year.
She wanted to wait.
But it's not like we're two 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Or like I'm straying from my marriage. If I get this woman knocked up, it's going to ruin everything. All right. All right, then I wouldn't take a chance.
Right, that girl. I always
pull out at least a minute ahead of time.
Even if her hands are on your ass?
I'm always a half hour early just to make sure.
Right.
Jesus.
All right.
That's cool that married people still do it, though.
Yes.
That is.
We're a very loving couple.
That's great.
No.
Baby's asleep. She grabbed me by the hair and pulled me into the bedroom.
Come on, let's take advantage now.
Threw me on a bed and said, "Do me now, stud!"
And you said, "Oh yeah."
I said, "What happened?"
Yeah, when's he getting here?
What's his name?
You want me to set up a gallery so I can watch? Yeah, so don't tell me that that orgasms are the biggest stress relief, unless, of course, it was just a big theatrical performance. A theatrical fake performance would not relieve stress, I would imagine, Terry.
Right. Well, that is correct, because they say that when a woman actually experiences a true orgasm, then parts of her brain that control fear and emotion actually momentarily shut off.
Right.
So then it's all relaxed. However,
well, you would think if that part of the story is true and everything got shut off as far as stress, then she wouldn't have yelled at me the way she did.
Right. But it remains active if she is faking.
So she must have been faking. Although, why would you fake if you're already married 2 years, you got a kid? What's the point of that? If I'm a woman, what's the point at that point? You know, just tell your husband he's a schlub and move on.
Not working.
Right.
Time for you to go.
You suck. Here's a pamphlet. Take a class.
You would have rather had that?
That's what I would do if I was a woman at that point, right? What's the point of faking with your husband at that point in your life?
You still don't want to.
No, women don't fake with their husbands at that point. You fake with a guy that's
with Tito.
with Tito, whatever that means. You fake. There's got to be some reason for faking.
Well, you still are. I mean, you men.
When you're married, what's the reason?
You want to make, you want to know that you want your husband to know that he can still bring it to you even after you're married.
No, you don't care about feelings to that proportion on a regular basis when you're married.
Feelings are funny.
Okay, yeah.
No. I understand women because I speak for all women.
Right. Okay, then.
And this is not a situation where a woman would need to fake. She wouldn't care about my feelings at this point if I were to not have done the job. So I must have done the job.
Oh.
Wow. I should write a book on how you can maximize a 2.5 incher situation.
Woo!
Okay.
Well, job well done.
No, thanks so much.
And now another baby on the
Again,
way.
I still got yelled at.
I know.
Now I got to worry and look at the calendar. Oh, I can
She knows her time.
every day until 29th. Be all concerned. Bastard.
It'll be a happy moment when you find out she's pregnant again. I'm assuming.
I'd be happy.
Yeah,
I would be fine.
sure.
I'll be great.
And by the time the second child's born, your other won't be walking and doing all that good stuff.
Okay.
Perfect.
Got it all figured out for
Absolutely.
us. Very nice.
Everything will work out.
Didn't get pregnant from the one little deal.
Yeah.
And by the way, she caught me by surprise that day, and I think I did beat the patty whacker about twice before that. So there was like nothing. This is what I'm explaining to her. There was like nothing coming out anyway.
Like dust.
So just relax. It was just air. Yeah, I had an orgasm too, but I was just air coming out. Just sitting on the toilet. Here's more air dripping out.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
That's nice.
Oh, man.
All right, maybe I should have kept the story to myself.
Yeah, a lot of air.
Can we dump 10 minutes?
Yeah. But hey, it's a true story about the facts of life. And what do you know about the facts of life?
Well, you take the good, you take the bad.
Right.
And then you take them both, right?
And what do you have?
Then you have...
The facts of life.
There you go. The what?
The facts of life.
No, I can't wait to hear about different strokes later on.
The T-Man. The world-famous Summer Jam.
Oh, it is. I tell you, that sound.
Oh, yeah.
That means something fun must be going on.
Oh, good time.
Yes. Oh, geez. The cue to call was played.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing how that thing works.
Oh, yes.
I mean, if it's as arbitrary as any sound out there, Terry. And yet it fires up the listening audience knowing that Summer Jam tickets are on the line. It's amazing how that works. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, it's time to find a caller at 1-866-663-T-Man. The Bay is a sweltering heat of the gorge in George. You're on the air. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I really want to get those Summer Jam tickets.
Oh, jeez. Who am I speaking to?
Tiffany,
Tiffany, where are you calling from?
Redmond.
What do you do in Redmond, besides the obvious?
I'm currently driving.
Ah. Oh, wow. I didn't ask what you currently are doing. I just meant in general, what do you currently do in Redmond on a somewhat regular basis? What's your deal?
I work at Singular in the town center.
Is that right? That Redmond Town Center, that outdoor mall, nothing like an outdoor mall in the rainy Northwest area. It's a perfect match made in heaven, don't you know? You're enjoying that work? It's rewarding, fulfilling, entertaining, exciting, all those things and more?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How old are you?
22.
Ah! 22-year-old wireless seller at the outdoor mall, Terry.
Wireless seller.
Yes. What do you wear on a typical day at the job in the sweltering summer months when you're pimping the old cell phones?
Well, I was wearing spaghetti straps, but I just got in trouble for that. So got to dress a little bit more professional, but not too much.
Mr. Singular came down on you for the spaghetti straps?
Yeah.
Only because it was turning him on, and Mrs. Singular picked up on it, Terry.
Yeah.
I want to put a little spaghetti sauce on there, actually.
Do you find that the sales were up? They were the same or down when you were wearing your spaghetti strap outfit?
I'm sorry?
Were sales on the incline? Was there no impact, or was there a decline when you wore your spaghetti strap selling outfit?
I actually work in the corporate office. So I don't do any kind of sales.
Oh, no sale. It's an inside joke. Anyway, wow.
Got a nice little corporate.
How does anyone at the corporate office get on her for wearing her spaghetti strap outfit?
Well,
of course, she's 320 pounds, but still.
Right, she needs linguine straps to hold that shirt up.
So somebody really got on you for wearing the spaghetti strap outfit to work.
too many bars being raised.
Oh, jeez. This is one of the only times on your phone there was too many bars around. Anyhow, so what do they say to you exactly? I mean, what do they come to you and say? I mean, how do they phrase it to tell you to dress what they saw as more appropriately? Because Sue, the controller's been dying to say these things to Vinny the Pooh and doesn't know how to put it into words. What did they say to you?
They told me that they were trying to find the dress code to show me, but that I was absolutely not allowed to wear them anymore.
Really? Wow. Do you look good in them?
I think so.
Would we think so?
Depends.
Uh-oh.
On what?
Well, everybody's got their own views.
Yes, but does the consensus seem to appreciate you in spaghetti straps, or you're the only one?
I'm sorry?
Never mind. Anyhow, are you hot?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have a boyfriend? You have a husband? You have a significant other? You're very single? You're screwing around?
Very
what are you doing?
single.
Very
I've been single for 2 months.
Whoa.
What happened 2 months ago? What'd you break up from?
A live-in boyfriend.
He's like, I can't stand his spaghetti straps anymore. I'm out of here. A live-in boyfriend? How long did you go out with him?
About 2 years.
2-year relationship.
Wow.
Where'd you live? What city?
Redmond.
And where is he now? As far away from Redmond as humanly possible, or
He's
relatively?
on the other side of Redmond now.
He's dating a T-Mobile chick. They're hotter.
So he's still technically in Redmond.
Yeah.
In the past 2 months, have you gotten back together even though you're broken up for sex, or no?
A little bit.
Well, either you have or you haven't.
Well, we've done it a couple times.
Okay.
It's more than a little bit.
And how were those times?
It sucked.
Oh.
Wow.
Can you tell us why?
He's selfish. In it for himself.
Continue on. This is very enlightening. I'm taking notes.
What part sucked?
Okay.
Yes. What about the performance he gave you when you broke up was, in your mind, sucky? He was too quick. He was what? Huh?
It's horrible.
Well, how?
How?
Talk to us.
You want to get better.
You're now part of a focus group.
He just doesn't know how to do anything.
Well, I mean, you were with him for 2 years. Is it just that you're kind of bitter about the breakup and you just like to say these things to help yourself move on mentally? Is it an emotional crutch of yours to get yourself to a new place in life? Or did he always suck?
No, I guess he was good sometimes.
Well, it's hard to believe that he was good when you were going out, that all of a sudden he started sucking at sex.
Oh, no, he didn't. He wasn't good all the time. He had his moments.
Well, then why were you with him
there.
for 2 years if you knew he sucked?
I think it was more convenience.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you just don't have that many other offers out there.
Ooh.
That's it.
Well, you tell me. Is that not the case? Do a lot of
No.
guys want to screw you?
Yeah.
If you go to Summer Jam, will a lot of guys want to take you down? A lot of guys want to bring you to ruckus behind a tree at the gorge?
Probably.
Yeah, tons of trees. I'm like,
Fresh out of trees.
yeah.
Well, if you are getting creative at the gorge, you'll find a nice tree-like area.
Or porta potty.
Yeah, those are
that
always
would be
hot.
hot.
Oh, no, I'm not feeling the hotness here, love.
She works for Singular. She probably has that camera phone.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah, right to pasty.
Oh, jeez. What's your name again?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. And where do you think you rank on the T-Man scale?
Probably a daddy done good.
Oh, she knows the scales here.
Whoa, Daddy done good, though.
She doesn't need to be reminded of the scale, and she's not overblowing herself on the T-Man scale. Daddy done good, kind of like the 7-ish range, the 6-ish, 7-ish range on your more ridiculous but more used 1 to 10 scale. You realize that? So you're calling yourself you're calling yourself like a 7?
Yes.
All right.
I have a quick question.
Oh,
If the ex, sucks so bad, why do you keep going back?
I think it's more that I get drunk and, it's been there before, so I don't have to worry about where it's been.
I could sum it up in one more accurate phrase, Terry.
What's that?
No other options!
Oh. So when you go to a club, you can't pull anybody else out.
I don't go to clubs very much.
You're not a club-going girl?
No, not really.
Then what is the appeal to Summer Jam for you? Why would you deserve, why would you feel like you're more supposed to get free tickets over other callers?
Because I've never really been out.
Well, I'll tell you this. The Summer Jam experience is like the greatest club experience that one is going to have in a lifetime. It's like one all-day club. If you're not the club girl, then you may not like Summer Jam.
True. But I think I will.
You don't even go for drinks at the clean jumper?
Not that I don't like them. I don't. It's not that I don't like to dance or listen to music. It's just I don't like being around
people,
slutty girls, and that's all that's around here.
Oh my God!
Well, you can't. Is it because you can't compete against slutty, as you call them, hotter, as I call them, girls?
I just don't try to compete.
Is it because you can compete?
Sure, that's it.
She's getting testy.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, by the way, we don't allow spaghetti straps at the gorge.
Okay.
And how do you know they're truly slutty? Is it just, are you going on what they wear, or do you actually have knowledge of them sleeping around and throwing their stuff everywhere?
Good question. Why do you assume girls at clubs are slutty?
No, it's not all girls.
But too many
it's the
for your
ones that
liking.
like to lift their skirts while they're dancing.
Well,
so you're not one of those.
No.
All right, thanks for the call. No, I'm just playing, Tiffany. You sound like a nice enough 22-year-old.
Well, what happens at the gorge when a woman, where it's happened, displays her chest and open,
What happens if some girl that you're nearby takes her top off, or she lifts her skirt to a guy that you were checking out, and all of a sudden you're second fiddle again? Are you sure that you want to be in that environment?
Yeah. I don't care what other people do. It's just I'm not going to do it.
Well, if you don't care what other people do, it's not just what you do, then why do you stop yourself from going to clubs?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe it's because you've had a boyfriend for so long and you're not ready for it yet. How about that for an answer?
That's a good answer.
Oh, jeez.
No, she's not going to take the lame-ass boyfriend, is she? If she wins tickets.
Who are you going with?
If you get the tickets, which it looks like you will, are you going to take the ex-boyfriend?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Come
Should
on.
be an absolutely not.
She's
Okay, absolutely not.
Why did you break up? Tell me about this breakup 2 months ago. It sounds like he moved on from you.
No, I moved on for him.
Right. Why did you decide after 2 years to move on from him?
He really he puts everything in front of me, like his friends and getting
Maybe because
drunk.
everything in front of you or everything aside from you is more worthy.
Wow.
It could be.
Oh, jeez. But you didn't like being second fiddle to everything.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So I booted him.
Like a turkey pot pie, you're second fiddle. Like a...
But she lasted 2 years with dude. I mean, most people are like, hey, at least after a year, okay, I'm done. But
most women aren't willing to tolerate that kind of aspect in a relationship for 2 years. How do you explain that?
I don't know. I just convenience. That's all I can say. It was fair.
It's because you have no other options.
I'm sorry?
Oh, just never mind. I think it's going to be exciting to see you at the gorge.
Well, I would love to go.
There's somebody out there. I don't know who. Well, you're going to go because you got tickets.
Oh, my God, thank you.
Yes.
now you have the ability to you could win $50,000 as well.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Get up on stage.
Tiffany from Redmond.
Woo!
Has won free tickets this morning. And you know what?
What?
She may... I'm not saying it to you. Do you know what, Terry?
What?
She may be Pasty Dave's type.
Oh. Why would you say that?
I don't know. There's kind of like a little... how do I phrase this? The blandish quality there.
Is that his type? Jeez.
He likes a simple and not trying too hard and doesn't necessarily go the extra mile to do herself up.
Oh, so you've met Sissy.
Wow.
I mean, he doesn't really have
conservative.
how do you know if he has a type when there's no like focus group to pull from?
She's not into like the slutty lifestyle. We have totally different types, Terry. Me and Pasty.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. I know that well.
Tiffany.
Does she like
Yeah.
420, though?
Hang on. I'm going to put you on with a pastel of David Arthur, who is going to give you information on how you get your free tickets and how you'll be on stage amongst the other winners, and maybe you'll be selected out of the crew that could win $50,000.
Hopper.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations, Tiffany.
Good job,
Thank
Tiffany.
you.
See you at the Gorge.
See ya.
Yes. Yeah, but now a little... Okay.
Hey, what's up, Tiffany?
See you there, baby.
Okay. Here they go, Terry.
Yeah.
I got spaghetti strap shirts, too.
Yes.
Riding off into the sunset.
And you know what? He looks better in them than Tiffany.
The T-Man.
U93 takes you.
Standing on Highway 18 in my bare feet at 2 a.m.
That's what you want to do. That's how I see my night going.
No shirt on is just hilarious, too.
Well, yeah, he's checking the papers right now, Paige Diaz, to see if you made the news. I don't think it made the news, but I know you're curious. I can't tell if I'm proud of you or I think you're an idiot or both. I think I'm proud of you, dude.
Well, thank you, but I think there's definitely an idiot factor.
There's no doubt in my mind there's an idiot factor, but I mean, you took a huge risk not knowing who you were dealing with, but the fact that didn't bother you is kind of cool.
Especially with a miss a shot in the future, you know, I can't really be doing that kind of crap
I
anymore.
think that's more the reason you were willing to take the risk. I said that earlier. We talked about this earlier. We're talking about it again. I guess it's big news amongst us. In case you're just tuning in, Hotshot had a little excitement last night. Yes.
Yeah, a little.
You want to go through the story again for those who didn't hear it earlier on?
For those just joining us?
All right, let me see if I understand the details of this correctly. You are snoring away at 1:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Snoring like a buzzsaw.
Yes.
Yeah. And in comes your soon-to-be next month wife, thinking to herself, okay, can I live with this kind of snoring for the next 60 years of my life? She's sitting there thinking that, when all of a sudden she notices somebody with a flashlight in your driveway peering into your car.
Right. She left the room because I was snoring, thinking she'd never get to sleep.
Oh, I know how that is.
So she went into the spare bedroom.
Wow.
One of the spare bedrooms that's right by the front, so she can see the driveway.
So you're already sleeping apart because of snoring difficulties.
Well, normally she goes to bed first, and she's a sound sleeper and never hears it.
Right.
It works out fine.
But at 1:30 in the morning, she's questioning her life, questioning
a lot
her
of things.
existence. Yeah. She's 1 month away from a wedding. She can't sleep.
Wedding
and
jitters.
it was unfortunate for these fiends, Terry, that she was up and questioning her very existence, sitting in a chair, staring into space when she saw a flashlight in the driveway. And she immediately goes and wakes up her 300-pound boyfriend.
Wow.
Fiance, soon-to-be husband. Yeah. Are you down to 291 now?
291.
291!
Nice work.
All right.
Yes.
Good job.
He's a svelte 291.
Right.
Okay. She wakes you up. She wakes you up calmly. She wakes you up in a panic. Because 125, I mean, that's as crack in the middle of the night as you're going to get for people like us, especially when we have to get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Right, and I'd been in bed since like 11.
What time do you normally wake up? You live out in the boonies, so you must
I
wake
get
up
up at
early.
5.
You get up at 5. All right. I hit snooze about 3 times, wake up around 5:15. Anyway, but I live right near the city.
Yeah,
here.
you do.
I mean, he moved away to get away from these kind of situations, Terry. He lives in the wilderness where you're supposed to be crime-free.
Right.
Right.
Name your kid. Next one.
Crime-free?
Yeah.
The next one I'm having? Already planned it.
Yes. Okay. So she comes in screaming in fear, or she comes in kind of like just nudging you and saying, hey, there's someone in the driveway. They're about to steal your stuff.
It's a little more medium.
Middle of the road.
A little more screaming than chill.
On the screaming
She doesn't
side.
really scream if you've met her.
Yeah, I've
But
met
she
her.
was excitable. No doubt about it.
She was more
scared.
She was more filled with a little bit of an adrenaline rush than the typical kind of afternoon or evening or whatever.
Yes.
All right.
Some guy with a hat on in our driveway looking in our car with a flashlight.
1:35. She comes running in, poking it, hopscotch,
With the big poker.
with a louder sound than normal, telling him what's going on.
Right.
The hopscotch gets immediately into a right angle situation, trying to figure out where the hell he is,
Right.
what the hell he's on.
I have my headgear on, Mom. What?
And you stop to get dressed or no?
I threw on a pair of shorts that happened to be next to the bed.
Pair of shorts.
Shirtless, sockless.
Yes.
God, that must be
Dignity-less.
When you're
a sexy sight, man.
when you're 300 pounds, Terry, can't miss those pair of shorts lying on the floor.
No, you can't.
All right.
It's the size of a dog bed, really.
Got it?
So you had to push the dog
get
off of him. Yeah.
He picked him up, tried to put him on his legs. They said, "Oh no, this is the canopy we're using for the wedding." Oh wait, here's the pair of shorts. All right, so you got the pair of shorts on now, and the thugs. It turned out there were more than one peers into the car situation, Terry.
Right.
The individuals are still in your driveway or no?
The car is parked in the street.
Their car, their getaway car.
Yeah, so I just run outside. I'm on the porch, and I raise both hands in the air. I'm like, what? You know.
So they had already seen that there was nothing to steal in your car.
Well, they saw the light come on. That got spooked them because she turned the light on.
She turned the light on when she got into that panic.
Right.
And that got them to start racing to their car.
Yes.
You put your shorts on. You go onto your little balcony area.
Like a porch, yeah. Front
Your porch. And you give them the arms out like what?
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Wow.
So you didn't run after him right then. You just...
No, yeah.
Stood on the porch
Right.
going, hey, dudes,
Arms
what?
up,
What's going on?
All right, and what happens next?
Well, then they speed off.
They get in their car and start speeding away.
Yes.
All right.
And the way they were going, it's not. There's no outlet, so I knew they had to circle all the way around our
They were
neighborhood.
headed right for the cul-de-sac, Terry.
Yeah, they were. Oh, that's a big getaway.
Which gives you a pretty good idea that these aren't locals.
Right.
These are not individuals that cased out the territory.
Right.
Not the best escape route.
New
Okay.
to the area.
Bad escape route when you're heading for the, how you say, dead end?
Yeah.
Right.
So I told Megan, get my keys and my backpack and my cell phone.
All right, now that's probably the point where she should have thought to herself, well, maybe I don't want this soon-to-be husband of mine getting himself into a situation where if you're asking for the keys and everything, she knows you're about to head after him.
Right.
Yes.
But she's like, good, go get him, baby!
She's like, my
This is why
hero.
I'm marrying you, my hero!
She wasn't really encouraging it, but she got him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I got in the car, and I knew I could head him off. Head him off at the pass. I knew where they were going to come out at.
So there's only one way out of that little area?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's
Okay.
Not good for them.
not good.
All right, what happens next?
So I ended up coming like headlight to headlight with them.
Oh.
Headlight to headlight.
And I tried to block.
Not exactly the OK Corral, Terry.
Right.
But a standoff nonetheless.
Sure, it
not,
works.
Not exactly the wild, wild west days of the 1800s.
Wild, Wild West.
But it's our version, right?
But it's a modern-day standoff between, it turned out, 3 individuals
Yes.
and the person whose car they were peering into with a flashlight. How dare they? All right, and now that you're headlight to headlight, what happens?
They managed to go around me. I wasn't directly in front because I didn't want them to smash into my car.
Mm-hmm.
But I had cut them off enough to where I thought they would stop. But they
Yes.
didn't. They went up on the sidewalk and got away.
And if they stop, what are you doing? You taking them on?
I was pretty hot, so yeah, probably.
Wow.
You got nothing to help you out except the 291 pounds.
I'm shirtless. I'm shoeless.
Shirtless, shoeless.
Weaponless.
Couldn't get a table at a coffee shop the way he's looking,
No.
Terry. And then he wants to take them
I
on.
want to choke at least one of them out.
Well, at this point, yeah, you don't even know if they have weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why we're suggesting
that's
it might have
crazy.
been a little bit more of a risk than you necessarily need, but this is where he is at 2 in the morning now. We're 1:40 in the morning.
1:47 when I got in my car because I looked.
Now is the fiance like just kind of standing at the doorway watching you get in your car? I mean,
I didn't
you
look.
didn't
I
look.
jumped
Okay.
in
All right.
and got the heck out of there.
She's like, cut him off at the pass!
Come on, honey, go.
She's like, she's gone. Finally, some sleep.
She crawls back into bed.
The lengths I have to go to get some sleep. I can't believe I paid those teenagers to get him out of the house. All
That would have
right.
been brilliant.
Okay, so you now have an angle at them that they can get around, and they get around
They
you.
get around, so
All right.
they take off, but I have to do a couple turns because my car's big and I'm going the wrong way. So they have a giant head start on me.
All right.
They head out to the main parkway, and I happen to see their taillights way up there.
Right.
And I'm hoping it's them. It's taillights.
You're not even sure at this point.
No.
Yes.
So I jam
But
on
it's
it.
2 in the morning, so you have a pretty good idea that
That it
it's
might be.
Right.
It's a good chance it's still them.
Yes.
All right.
I figured they were making their way towards the freeway. So I jam on it. I was actually hoping a cop would pull us over. There's tons of cops in our neighborhood.
You wanted to be pulled over.
Yes, one of us.
At one time, you want to be pulled over.
The only
right.
time I want to be pulled over.
All right.
So I'm jamming on it, and we cut under I-90. They get on Highway 18. And Highway 18 is a pretty dangerous highway.
It's the death road.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It really is.
Got a lot of twists and turns.
It's
Well, it's 70 miles an hour with 2 lanes coming right at
the
you.
whole
I mean,
time.
All right, but no one's on the road at this point, so
well, still.
Well, but
I don't
you
know why
have
they should've-
truckers and so on and so forth. There,
I don't know why they
right?
should have gotten in a wreck. But anyway, go ahead.
So I'm following them for like maybe a couple of miles.
All right.
And they start heading up a hill, and the blue smoke's flying out of their car. Because they were in kind of an older car. So I jammed on it, caught up to them, saw their license plate number, got on my phone, ready to give the license plate number.
You got close enough that you actually saw the license plate number.
Yeah, it was
That's
right
right.
on.
Hemi really
Obviously,
kicked
it's a typical night where you're on, like, what, Demerol, Xanax, nice cocktail of stuff, and you're seeing their
Yeah, it was a little bit of Xanax.
Okay, all right. It's a slow night. Yes.
For medicinal purposes.
All right.
So I'm up on them, and I can read their license plate
You
number.
got it? You call 911?
I get the cell phone out. I dialed 411 on accident. Oops.
Oops, try again.
Yeah, so I meant 911.
All right.
Dialed 911.
It's way too complicated a little number to call. Yes.
Did you get the credit for calling 411?
Oh, jeez.
So I'm on.
By mistake.
I actually got movie listings while I was following.
Good. Great. After this, I can go see Star Wars.
Right. So I'm on. I'm like, hey, oh boy, there's a wreck. I mean, that's all I had time to say.
So you hadn't even gotten the first words to the 911 operator out when they wrecked.
Right.
They wrecked.
Bad.
Bad.
There was a corner. He was going right. He swerved. He tried to overcompensate.
Well, once you got the license plate number, did you have to follow them at the top speed to cause them to get in that wreck?
Well, yeah.
You were too. It was too.
Well, by then
Just
you're
a lot
there.
happening, you know?
Yeah.
You must have been pretty
you're
freaked out,
already
though, when
there,
they
so
wrecked.
I mean, it's hard to just stop all of a sudden.
And you're not thinking
pull on
necessarily
over.
the clearest of all clear nights, and
Adrenaline kicks in.
you're
not
still going like 105 or whatever.
right around there.
Man.
And these guys were not prepared to go that speed in that sort of car.
All right, so they wreck, and it looks pretty bad.
It looked bad.
And you tell the 911 operator.
Yes.
All right?
And next thing I know, there's 6 Washington State Patrol cars, a fire truck, and an aid car.
Whoa!
That could be enough to get a little blurb in the paper.
I would say so, yeah.
Probably too late for the
Highway
paper,
18 was closed down for a little while.
They shut down Highway 18 because of this.
Couldn't get through, yeah.
And it's all your fiance's fault.
Yes, it is.
Hammer.
Were you pretty worried when they got in the wreck?
Yeah, I actually stopped, turned around, went back the other way against traffic on Highway 18 on the shoulder and to see if they were okay.
Right.
And a couple of them were walking around. I said, hey, I just called the police. They'll be here. It's okay. Don't worry. And they were like, oh, thank you so much.
So you're having nice pleasantries between one another
Yeah,
when it's all said and done.
They were real. I mean, I didn't want anybody to get hurt. I
Right.
just don't want them touching my crap.
Got it?
So they were
Very on top of his crap, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure there were valuable items in that car.
Well,
Could have been you in the sidewall,
Oh,
though.
it's the $500 window that I didn't really want to pay for. You can have you can have my CDRs that I burn, and
Well, then leave the car open if you're going to. Why don't you put your car in the garage like a normal person?
Well, it's kind of crowded in there.
Yes, because you like to have ample room when you're smoking your weed in there.
Yeah, got big giant plants in there that I
Right.
don't want to run over.
Got it.
that's where the grow is.
A fascinating story, Terry.
Crazy.
Fascinating.
Yeah, definitely.
Was Megan's car outside, too?
No, hers is in the garage.
Oh.
A little bit more room for her.
I mean, I live in a place where it's like this.
You shouldn't expect you.
Never.
Yeah,
happens.
you wouldn't think
Right.
this would happen.
Well, that's maybe what you have to now consider actually does happen when you move to the boonies.
I guess
This is what he said to Jim Foreman on the news. This stuff doesn't happen in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's amazing how
My
all the
neighbors are
stuff
so
that
nice.
happens never happens in our neighborhood.
Right, that's true. So I'll be moving to Ellensburg by the end of the week.
If you were still living on Capitol Hill, there would be too many people around at 2 a.m. That's the middle of the
I
day.
chased the guy out of our garage in Capitol Hill too.
See the habit of this.
It's not a habit. I just don't want people touching. I just flipped. I can't take it.
Well,
Leave me alone.
I can understand that, though.
Wild
violation.
ride. of
Wild ride.
Scott last night.
Yep.
Let's open the phone lines. 1-866-663-T-MAN. I mean, many could call up and say, you're going to realize you're going to get a lot of calls saying, man, you took a huge risk for what was really at stake here. You had some CDO. What'd you have in there?
Nothing.
Nothing. You had nothing in there.
You had the portable barbecue. But
Right. I had a portable barbecue I got as a gift.
But regardless, you just didn't like the idea of it.
You just felt
regardless of what
violated
was
as a
in there.
person.
Well,
Because
I
my
think a
car's been
lot of
broken
people
into
do.
plenty of times. I'm like,
Right.
this time they're not getting away with it. I'm going to get their license.
Well, what if
plate
you
number.
didn't get away with it? What if we're visiting you in the hospital this morning because you actually were dealing with people that when they got headlight to headlight with you, they started shooting at you?
Well, you got to take your chances,
Oh,
I guess.
1-866, as I said, Terry. I don't know whether to be amazingly impressed and filled with pride or sitting here going, what a freaking moron.
No, I mean, I definitely think it's moronic.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I mean, but I just flipped.
Yeah.
Look,
Probably do the
first of
same
all,
thing.
if I'm going out in public with my shirt off, I'm definitely not in the right state of
Obviously,
mind.
we get a
Right.
sense of your mental state.
Right.
Because I don't know anyone who's seen hopscotch with a shirt off, Terry.
Right.
And And I happened to have a red Cube 93 sweatshirt in the back, so I was representing last night. They were all
Threw that
happy.
bad boy on and said,
Right.
hey!
Did they get your information, the police?
Oh, yeah, I
they-
filed a report, and the Washington State Patrol, who I now love, who I hated in the past, but now I love, said,
It's amazing how
They're your best
when they
friend
do
now.
good stuff for you.
he says, it's not against the law to shine a flashlight in someone's car.
Oh.
But I would have done the same thing, he told me.
Well, he'd probably deny he said that if you ever wind up in court. But anyway,
I mean, he understood.
that was just between you and him that he said that.
I actually
I
thought
don't
I'd
think
be
he
in
put that.
the-
I don't think he put that on the report.
Wow.
And this officer would have done the same thing.
Right. No, he told me, I mean, I recognize I shouldn't be taking the law into my own hands.
Right.
And I told him that. so
Right.
he's like, all right, well, you can go.
Have a great day.
Is your car hurt? Nope. All right, you can go. Mm-hmm. I thought I'd be in
Well,
trouble.
you'll be brought back, though, don't you think?
For what?
Well, I mean, if these people are injured and all that kind of stuff, I mean, aren't you part of the scene?
Sounds like Megan's fault to me.
I mean, you don't. I wasn't in their car pushing their gas pedal to go fast.
Right,
that's a
that's
good point.
true.
1-866-663-T-Man. Never know how you'd react in that situation.
Yeah.
Maybe one might offer that cooler heads should have prevailed, but I don't know. I might have done the same thing,
Yeah.
too.
You know, with the
Tough to
stress
do.
of the wedding, I'm ready to choke somebody.
Oh, yes!
Any
Here's
second.
the truth finally coming out,
I'm ready to
Terry!
kill somebody.
order the swordfish!
You caught me in the wrong one!
All the money I pay for stupid invitations, I'm ready to choke somebody.
Those were adorable.
Thank you so much.
1-866-663-T-Man. To the phones we go. You're on the air.
Hello.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that I think he scared the crime out of him.
Scare the
I don't
crime out
think-
of them for good, so we can thank Scott for eliminating some potential
Perfect.
thieves of what could have been your property in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely changed their life.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that again.
It actually sounds like, honestly, the way the whole thing ultimately went down, it couldn't have been a better result. I mean, you say they weren't hurt to the degree where they're, like, permanently wounded.
Yeah, the car wasn't flipping over. or
Right.
anything. They
I
were
mean, if
okay.
nobody died and they got what seems like they had coming to them to the point where they just got a little shaken up, maybe a broken arm or two, I'm good. I mean, to think of all the things that could have happened. A, you could have been shot at. And worse, obviously. B, you could have gotten in a car wreck.
Right.
C, they could have gotten into such a car wreck that one of them died, which
Right.
obviously they didn't deserve.
Right.
Okay? I mean, yes, they deserve to be scared. They deserve to get a little shaken up. Hopefully the crime, as this woman says, scared out of them. And it sounds like that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, the woman was nice when I came back to see if they were okay.
But obviously, Stephen, the intent was there. If you're shining lights in someone's car at 1:30 in the morning in their driveway.
Well, I mean, that's for whose call? I mean, who determines that that's the intent or that was what was going to happen?
Well, what other options are there? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, when you're on someone else's property, you kind of take chances like that.
They were looking for their drunk grandmother. What's your thought?
I mean, if there's someone in Steven's driveway shining a flashlight in his car, he's not happy.
I'm not happy, but I'm not chasing him around.
No,
But
obviously
that's the
Stephen's
difference
thinking, I wonder what they're doing.
No, I'm just saying that you can't determine that there was, I mean, it's not like it's a I mean, are they going to go to jail for almost breaking into your car?
Well, that's what the cop said. It's not illegal to do that.
Right. That's what I'm.
But,
that's my
you
point.
don't want people on your property shining flashlights into your car.
So
No, I agree
because
with
they
that.
weren't going to go to jail for having a light shine into the car, it sounds like in some small sense justice served with the little crash they had to deal with.
So the crash of the only car that they have to go to work, so now they're going to be affected
like
by
they're
this.
going to work.
No, I'm just saying that
They were
there's a lot
going
of
to
it.
work last night.
Yeah, they
but
were.
the carjacking guys a few months ago, I mean, they're idiots for doing stuff like that.
So you don't think they got what they deserved, in your opinion?
I don't
You
think if they have broken bones and they go to the hospital for a night and maybe they don't have insurance
I
to
said
be
a
going to the
broken
hospital.
arm, big deal,
but
heals in 6 weeks.
The thing is that all Scott was trying to do was get the license plate. They didn't have to
by
speed
going
away.
100 miles an hour on Highway 18.
Well,
He did put them in harm's way by going
did,
after them at
yeah.
100 miles an
Right,
hour.
that's the
Terry,
point.
when they're in an
But-
inferior car.
But he also tried to, standing out there on his porch going, hey, dude, what's up?
So you think it's okay to go chasing
No,
after
I
people?
don't.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
it
don't.
sounds like you do.
I don't.
You're on the
But
air.
I can understand how he feels.
Oh, I can too.
But it doesn't sound like you do.
But I do.
Hello? Don't worry, we're not confused, Stephen. We know there's never a chance you'd chase after anyone.
No, I just think that, people with broken bones and maybe, their lives
that
are going to
didn't
be
happen,
affected
though.
by it.
That didn't happen.
We don't know if there were any bones
Oh, I thought they went to the
broken.
hospital.
No. One guy was sitting on the side talking to the state patrol. Another woman was walking around.
But the other guy couldn't get out of the car.
But there was one guy laying in the back seat of the car. And when the paramedic came up, the cop told him, well, he's in and out of consciousness, but he looks okay. That's what he told the paramedic.
You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
You.
Hey, I'm just kind of had the same situation in Sumner as well. I had some people that had actually broke my truck window and were in my vehicle when I'd heard my truck alarm going off. And I came out with a baseball bat and
sure, that was
started
imposing.
smashing their windows. And, well, they got them, though. So it all worked out well. So I understand the fury.
How about the fury of this woman coming out barefoot with her baseball bat?
Right.
Well, what are you supposed to do? I mean, it's your stuff.
If I saw you wielding a baseball bat, I'd pee in my pants.
Well, there's
I mean, like, what are you serious?
But obviously it helped because she got the culprits and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole crime we were having a whole rash of crime in our neighborhood prior to that, so I'm just going to go with the assumption it was the same 3 guys.
Well.
And after that, guess what? Nobody was getting their car broken into anymore. So
Yes. They moved to what they thought was a less vigilante area. Boy, were they wrong.
Right.
Wait, that's happening in Sumner.
I don't know
where the hell you live.
There you go. It's never happened to me in Seattle. You're on the air.
Hello?
You.
Am I on the air?
Yes, you are. That's what we do here.
Hey, T-Man, first-time caller, long-time listener.
Well, what took you so long?
Oh, Jesus, man. How's it going?
Pretty good. What can we do for you, sir?
Well, I wanted to congratulate Scott. I think you should have crotch-punched the guys after they came out of the car, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to talk to him about his snoring.
That's really why
I really call it with some snoring remedies, T-Man. Yes, what can you offer as far as the snoring?
There's a thing called sleep apnea. He's a big guy. What, around 300 pounds? 291, you said?
Yes, but think about the fate in all this. If Hotshot wasn't a snorer, then his fiancée wouldn't have gone into another bedroom to sleep, get some actual sleep for the first time in her life in a long time, and she wouldn't have seen the people in the driveway poking around with the flashlight, and he wouldn't have been walking up, and he wouldn't have chased him down barefoot and chestless, shirtless. So maybe the snoring was a good thing after all.
Wow.
The only thing I could say is if he's snoring and waking up, you know, like out of breath, have his fiancée check him out.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing that. Look for sleep apnea, man. It has
Wow, it sounds like you're just having like a wake apnea right now.
Yeah,
You're just talking to us.
Yeah, I'm only waking up when she comes in screaming at me.
Yeah, he's not stopping the whole breathing.
He's sleeping
thing.
like a baby, right? You're normally a sound sleeper. Is that right?
You could light an M80 in my room, and I would think it was part of my dream somehow.
Yeah, but when your
You'd
fiance
work it
walks in,
in.
of course you wake up.
That's part of it, is that she was so spooked and scared. I felt like I had to do something.
You're on the air.
You could borrow Gay's apnea mask.
Oh, jeez. Or his other mask. You're on the air.
Hi, T-Man.
The red ball is
Yes, baby. How are you?
I'm good. I think Steven's being a little bit ridiculous because, yes, I agree that it was an excessiveness by, running after them. But if I would have had them come in my driveway, I carry a gun. And there's no way that they would have been in my driveway looking at my Lexus or my Navigator. They would have been shot.
Big baller.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. It is nothing about big baller. It's just that you don't want your stuff taken. You don't want it to be violated.
Oh, I completely understand the fury, but I don't understand chasing after them at 100 miles an hour. That's
It's not the
pretty
stuff.
unsafe.
We're living in a generation that we feel very easily violated.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that rape symptom, that feeling of being quote unquote mentally raped by somebody who has come into your life and think they can do that. That is,
and they weren't going to get up the next morning to go to any job.
This is part.
It's not like their car, was, oh my gosh, their car got wrecked. Now they're not going to go to work. They weren't going to work anyway.
Well, I mean, you don't know that.
No, okay.
Well, I mean, it's possible that there's...
Their work was stealing people's cars. That was their job.
So their work is all of a sudden now where Scott lives in that neighborhood stealing cars? I think they would have known that there was like a stealing car epidemic out there.
If they need that car to steal people's other cars and their stuff, then good. I'm glad they don't have it.
The evolution of the human being is such, Terry, that we are quick to get into rage on the road when someone cuts us off. Right. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how that happens. Didn't happen to our parents.
Right.
Didn't happen 30 years ago. It happens so easily now.
Mm-hmm.
Saw the road the other day, me and this other dude trying to run each other off the road. Neither successful, unfortunately. And if someone is in your driveway, poking around, you go after them even though you are putting your life in jeopardy. Yeah. But if you got to go, you might as well go a month before you wed.
Right. Oh, sorry, baby. Can't make it.
Right.
I'll be in the hospital.
You're on the air.
Hey, team.
How are you?
I don't mean to correct you or nothing here, but it is a punishable crime. If Hotshot wants to press charges, he can. It is considered car prowling by looking at someone's car with a flashlight.
Then why did the officer tell him it wasn't?
I'm not saying he's mistaken, but that is a crime that is punishable. Now, secondly...
The officer did tell you that them being in your driveway, poking around, looking in your backseat with a flashlight wasn't a crime?
Yeah, but I don't know if he knew it was in my driveway. He just said, look, shining a flashlight in a car, not a crime.
I'm sure it's not the biggest penalty crime,
right.
But I'm
probably
sure...
just kind of hinting to me, don't worry about it.
I think all the officer was trying to do was trying to justify to you that it was not a crime worthy of chasing them down and...
Even though the same guy told me he would have done the same thing.
You get the wrong officer doing that. With what you did, what could be considered road rage, and with the wrong officer, you could be found at fault for causing that accident, even though you did not hit them.
Well, but they're driving their own car at their own speed.
They were being chased. They were only at that speed, though, because you had put them in a position where they needed to be at that speed.
Exactly.
Well, not
technically. This is not the call he wanted to take. Are you an officer?
No, sir, but I am testing to be one.
Mm-hmm. So he knows this stuff probably better than any officer. When you're testing and you're learning and you're taking all that in, that's when you're most able to spew it back out.
Yeah, he must not have known it was on your property, because that would definitely be car prowling then, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Sir. Read your handbook and know that. Thank you for the call.
You got it.
It's an interesting story, though.
Yeah.
Love that story.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Now they're listening this morning going, oh, man, that was Hot Shot Scott's car.
I know.
Bastard.
While they're at work this morning.
Yeah.
Right.
At their new job. Oh, they had to call in sick.
I hear the...
So no criminals work? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, no, the main culprit in this situation is a CEO of a major corporation, don't you
So
know?
no people who commit crimes work?
Not the ones that are prowling around at 1:35 in the morning looking into people's cars. I think it's pretty safe to say they're not getting up this morning to go to work.
Gary Ridgway went to work every day.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
he's not your classic petty criminal.
I mean, most people have jobs, don't they?
Huh?
Yeah, go on downtown Seattle and ask about the transient standing.
So these were transients that were out at Scottsdale.
Well, no,
downtown Seattle.
Some line of employment. Fine. Does that make you feel better?
Well, no. I mean, you guys were thinking that I was an idiot for thinking that they had lives outside of this.
They have Social Security numbers. You feel good, you win.
Well, it's not about winning and losing.
Apparently it is. You're on the air. Hello?
Hello.
Yes. What's up?
Hey, I just had a quick comment.
All right.
I agree 100%. If you don't get rid of these guys and chase them down and get their license and get them turned in, they're going to be back next week trying to break into your house, trying to break into your wife's car. You work too hard for your stuff. You got to go get them.
And that is something I can't necessarily disagree with, and yet I always remember the story when things like this happen of a friend of mine I went to high school with named Mike DeQuarto. I've told this story on the air once before, Terry. We're in New York City. He gets his chain ripped off his neck, a nice chain he had, or at least he thought it was at the time. It probably was. I wasn't there, but I heard the story. He chases the guy down who rips his chain off his neck. He gets the guy into an alley and traps him into a corner, if you will. And the guy stabs him. Mike DeQuarto is not with us anymore.
Right.
He is no longer amongst the living. Okay? So these things have to be considered as well.
I mean, things happen every day. You got to go after your stuff. You got to be smart about it. I mean, if a guy pulls out a gun, you're done. You turn around, or
And Mike DeQuarto had a hot-ass girlfriend. Really hot.
He shouldn't have died.
Yeah. I don't know if it was worth it, Terry.
What happened to her?
So it's heroic and cool until somebody gets hurt. I mean, is that where the line is?
I'm telling you both sides, and I don't know what I feel about this.
Yeah, but I've admitted that it was moronic as well.
No, I know you have.
What the hell was her name?
You're thinking of the hot
Yeah, I'm picturing her. I could see her, Terry, because I saw her every night all through high school.
Right.
He had a really hot girlfriend, Mike DeQuarto. What the hell was her name? I don't remember.
So someone smashes the window of the Mercedes in the driveway, Stephen, you're just like, that sucks.
Yes.
Have a nice life.
Yeah,
I'm not chasing after him.
Stephen Kilbreth, a new Mercedes owner. You know he's going to guard that at all costs.
No, he's
let him
not.
go.
He's going to let him go, and he's going to say, have a good day at
And
your
maybe
job.
he's wiser to do so.
Maybe so.
Maybe Mike DeQuarto would be up there telling him, hey, let the guy go. The window is replaceable. Your life isn't.
Well, Terry doesn't have to, luckily, because she has an
What
officer in the
if
house.
she was alone?
Yeah, but you're the man of the house. I mean, you don't go outside and say, "What are you guys doing?"
I don't
or
think
you just.
I think that I would go outside and say, "What are you guys doing?"
Screw man of the house. I think you should have Megan
But
run
I would
down.
not chase after
But
them.
going outside to say, "What are you guys doing?" is just as stupid as chasing them because
Yes,
you're
it is.
confronting them.
Well, chasing them. No, it's not. How does?
What if they had a gun? They could shoot you like they could have shot me.
They could shoot me right there, yes, on my front door. But you're adding on so much more chances for things to go wrong by chasing them around the neighborhood, going 100 miles an hour down Highway 18.
I think the risk is just as high to confront them in your
Really?
driveway. Absolutely.
Okay.
You're more accessible in your driveway than you are in your car, or at least equal.
So there's the same amount of danger once you get in the car and start chasing after them.
Yes, as opposed to confronting these people when they're in the act in your driveway.
Okay.
You're on the air.
I don't buy that at all.
Of all people, I can't believe Kilbreath is going to act like this. You know what? The penalty
I'd be
for
the
theft
only
or
one that
whatever
would.
shouldn't be death. But if these guys would have died in a wreck, they got it coming because that stuff ain't going to happen if you ain't prowling cars at night. Up to no good. What Hotshot did, you should get a freaking award for that.
Okay.
You know? Wow. That's bull. These guys, you know what? I work my ass off for my stuff. And if you try to steal my stuff, watch what happens to you.
Well, I won't steal your stuff. There we go.
And honestly, when they got in a wreck, I felt horrible. I mean, I didn't want that to happen, and I definitely wouldn't have pressed charges. I thought there was enough damage done with their smashed car, and they're probably shaken up. So, I was trying to be a little bit understanding.
Steve, if someone in your driveway messing with your car, and you're going to go walking up to them, "Hey, guys, what are you doing?"
I'm probably not going to go walking up to them, no. I may yell out from the
You'll
top window
scream
or
from the
something
window.
like that.
All right, then maybe you're safe screaming from the window.
Get the super soaker.
Stick my dog after him.
Oh, yeah, lick him to death.
Commentary from a regular tough guy, Stephen
Yeah,
R.
I thought
Kilbreath.
you were like a
There you go.
Republican. You should want to kill people.
I'm going over some of the text pages here, Terry, to see some of the text pages reactions at 97373. That's right. Continue to send us your text pages anytime you'd like at 97373. Somebody writes at 8:52 and 35 seconds. HSS did nothing wrong.
HSS.
What am I, a boat now?
The HSS Minnow. He's no minnow. Did nothing wrong. These guys drove that fast so that he couldn't get their license plate number. Yes, that's true, but a lot of things Scott should feel thankful for this morning in this whole situation. One of them, honestly, if one of these three people would have died, I'd say about an 85% chance you're going to jail. You realize that or no?
My dad and I can spend Father's Day together.
Oh, jeez! 8:52 and 24 seconds. Megan was upstairs playing Where's the Beef with some dude while Hotshot was out chasing these dudes.
Wow.
She actually paid him probably to come do this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he needs 15 minutes. Get him out of the house.
8:49 and 50 seconds. Stephen Kilbreath is a pussy.
Wow. Well, I think we knew that.
Nothing new there, huh?
And
Pussy because I don't chase after people.
within the same minute, at 8:49 and 18 seconds, but from a completely different area code, somebody writes, Stephen Kilbreath would never do anything ever.
I'm not doing anything right now.
8:49 and 4 seconds, also from a different area code. The first one from the 503, wherever that is, Terry. The second one from the 206, wherever that is, Terry. And the third one from the 253, wherever that is, Terry. Somebody writes from that 253, Stephen is an effing idiot.
Wow.
Those guys don't work, and the Ridgway comparison is ridiculous. His crimes were sexually based, not financially.
Well, to say that people who prowl cars don't work is...
At 8:48 and
Ridiculous.
17 seconds, also from the 503, somebody writes, if the system punished these effers, and they didn't write effers, Terry, they wrote the real word, I just have to say effers. If the system punished these effers, we the people would not have to.
Ooh.
Maybe it was the first time they'd done a crime.
That is. 8:40.
Also possible.
Well, anything's possible.
You got to start something at some point.
It's you'd like to see the good in everyone, don't you, Stephen?
Well, I like to point out that these people aren't, necessarily serial criminals, or they would have had the car and probably everything in the house.
8:47.
They were idiots.
And 30 seconds. This has happened too many times. They got what they deserved. I drive one nice car, and I'd react the same way to effing car thieves. One nice car and 9 real crappy ones. It's like deja vu. 8:46 and 39 seconds. Tell that moron Kilbreath that arguing about jobs is stupid and to shut up.
Well, I know it's turned into that, but the point was is that they have
8:45 and 40 seconds from
are affected as
from
well.
the 360, wherever that is, Terry.
So if the guy has a job at Microsoft,
No.
sorry for him.
No, I do not. I do not feel sorry for him.
What's the big deal if he has a job?
But you guys were saying, they're just basically thugs and criminals who are doing this kind of stuff, and it didn't sound like it was too heavy of a criminal or too heavy of a crime shining a flashlight in your car. It doesn't seem like they're really masterminds, criminal masterminds.
I don't think the intent was just to brighten up Hotshot's car.
But that's all they did.
8:45 and 40 seconds. Sounds like Steven has never been stolen from.
Not true.
You want to tell us about it?
I had everything ripped out of my house when I lived in Magnolia.
Everything ripped out?
The only clothes I had left were the ones in the dryer.
They took your shippy shirts?
They did. They used
some bad dress thugs right now, Terry.
They definitely don't have jobs.
Right?
No, they use the shirts to get jobs.
I don't think that these people were nice people. I don't understand why we're taking it there.
8:40 and 8 seconds. I say go, Hotshot. Karma's a biatch. It ain't Scott's fault. 8:39 and 39 seconds. I would have done the same thing. Steven trying to defend these guys is retarded.
Well, I haven't been defending them.
Let's see if there's anything else I need to read here. Let's see.
Someone tried to steal Terry's wizard sleeve.
8:39 and 23 seconds. If someone was prowling in my car in the middle of the night, I'd probably shoot at them with blanks, of course.
Sure.
Well, you better hope they don't have return fire coming your way.
Right.
8:39 and 11 seconds. Well done, Scott. Power to the people.
Raise that fist.
8:38 and 14 seconds. Steven is a dumb dickhead.
Oh, wow.
Wow. A new twist on the dickhead.
So I'm dumb for not chasing after people?
8:37 and 54 seconds. If Steven had confronted them in the driveway, how far was he willing to go? They'd offer him some hot chocolate.
Not any further than that, that's for sure. If even that.
8:36 and 37 seconds. Scott should have rammed them off the road.
Didn't have to.
Yeah.
They did it on their own.
8:28 and 1 second. Steven's plums smell like the lifeguard.
Whoa.
Oh, geez. I don't know how that applies to this situation. Oh, it does, and I shouldn't have read that. All right.
When in doubt, always go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
8:26 and 2 seconds. Terry is so dumb she thinks a waffle iron is something you smooth out egos with. All right.
Okay.
Okay. That pretty much gives you a good idea of the text messages that have been rolling in over the past half hour or so.
Right.
Yes. Let's go back to the phone lines, since a lot of people are patiently waiting to talk about this circumstance that befell our friend Hopscotch last night. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Actually, first of all, ain't today the first day of summer?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Well, happy first day of summer.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thanks for listening.
I'm just curious to know. I don't really want to call in and judge what he did. Everybody, that's a matter of opinion, and everybody's going to have their opinion about it. What I'm surprised about is that everybody who seems to be so concerned about law and order and him supposedly doing the right thing, and no one seems too concerned about his life.
Yeah, no one seems to be thinking about my friend Mike DeQuarta. They ripped that chain off his neck, Terry, and he must have felt pretty violated because that was like right on his person.
Yeah.
I mean,
chased him down and got stabbed to death.
If you're really as big as they say you are, and you're driving 100 miles per hour, at some point these guys really could have been scared enough and just got out and started shooting at you, and then everybody would be upset at them for that, saying that they should be prosecuted for murder or whatever. But I mean, honestly, they may have walked in a situation like that because they never, you know what I mean? I mean, at that point when you're miles from home and everything.
It was definitely a side of the story that is a very good point to bring up, sir. And obviously we've known that side of the story is there. I've made that clear to Scott, and that's why I told you I'm kind of on the fence about this whole situation. But he did what his instincts told him to do, whether it was dumb or not. That's for, I guess, himself to decide.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
And your phone company. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
How's it going, T-Man?
How are you, sir?
Good, doing great.
A lot of men want to talk about this situation, Terry. Although we had a lot of callers of the female variety in the last segment. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I'm sitting here, and usually I'm a pretty big fan of Stevens, and there's times I agree with him.
Wow.
But,
it's a new one.
this is ridiculous because these guys took a chance of risking their lives to come on Hotshot's property, looking into his car, and you take the chance any day of doing that, and there's a chance you're going to get shot no matter what.
Right.
And for them to go off at 100 miles an hour and Hotshot chasing after them, I would have done the same thing. And then Steven said, "Oh, well, they had jobs."
Well, I mean, that was one comment, and that seems to be what everybody's sticking to.
Well, because you tried to defend that comment for the past 20 minutes.
Well, because everybody keeps coming back to it, and I think that it's...
Well, maybe you should realize it was a ridiculous comment, say you're sorry, and let us move on.
Well, I think the point that I was trying to make is that they initially are not these mastermind criminals. I mean, they're probably just people who were out there. They were having some kicks and giggles, and they wanted to prowl a car, and they did that. It's not exactly kicks and giggles when you're stealing people's stuff.
No,
Well, but a lot of people feel that way, though.
No, this could have been a more perfect situation, and it could have turned out so many different ways, and yet the way it turned out, Terry, for what they did, I think they got exactly what they deserved from what I'm hearing. Little injuries, car pretty much totaled, I'd hope.
It was in bad shape.
And a nice, good scare by a guy with no shirt on coming at them with 300 pounds behind him.
That sick hairy chest that scared the hell out
A
of him.
sick hairy chest chasing him down Highway 18.
T-Man.
Yes.
Picture this. Picture those two guys doing it to Steven's Volvo.
Oh, jeez.
Sitting out in front of his house, and picture Steven come out with his shirt off and no socks going, "Hey, guys, what are you doing?" I mean, it's... We know Steven's not going to chase after him. We know that Hotshot's had his car peed on. His car's been repeatedly broke into.
Oh, it is.
My car's been broken into as well.
Build it up.
Yeah.
The
only thing missing if Steven came out.
What they deserve.
The only thing missing if Steven came out with his shirt off in the wilderness that he lives in is like Sarah Michelle Gellar and some scary music in the background, Terry. That sounds like horror movie stuff to me.
Beat him with the thyroid.
Would you beat him with the thyroid? Beat him with the thyroid, Steven? Beat him with the thyroid?
Yes.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, T-Man, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, I wanted to ask Steven if he really believes how he stands right now. What if somebody does steal Campbell from him? How would he react?
Well, he considers Campbell a member of the family, and
I know he'd be upset.
I guess
He'd
many
chase
would.
him down.
Stephen, if someone stole a
Now,
member
no one's saying here that I don't understand why Scott would be angry about the thing. I'm just saying that I'm not going to go 100 miles an hour, chase somebody down a highway where I could kill other people that are driving on the road.
You showed a lot of sympathy, Stephen, to the
I know I sound like a freaking bleeding heart liberal, which I'm not. I mean, I think that these people should be prosecuted for being car prowlers and all of that, but I don't necessarily think that it was smart for Scott to go out, and neither does he, by the way, think it was smart to go chasing after them at 100 miles an hour.
Well, is he putting words in your mouth, or is that true?
Well, I said earlier, it's probably moronic to chase people
Yes.
down. You never know what could happen. Like
Right.
your friend.
But he said also, too, that the adrenaline got the best of him, and
You never know how...
But that doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Someone's direct, and you know what? We're in a day and age where people who are prowling in cars and opening up people's cars that don't belong to them got to recognize that more people these days are the vigilante types or the quick snapping type than there were 20, 30 years ago. And you better be ready to be chased down at 100 miles an hour by some yokel at a house.
If you're going to do that type of behavior, sure.
And hopefully it deters them from coming back is also another reason. You know, if you just
And
let
tell
them go.
all your friends what happens here. You mess around my neighborhood. Did you say that?
I did, yes. And stay out.
Oh, jeez.
But if you're dead or kill somebody while driving on a road at that speed, then they don't have to worry about coming back.
That's
because
why I said it was moron.
Right.
You're on the air.
And that's all I've been trying to say.
Oh, jeez.
The whole job thing was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the point there, again, was that they have lives, and then they may not have insurance. And
just a non-winnable angle. Back away from it. Just say, hey, T-Man, I was trying to play devil's advocate for a second there. I blew it. I sound stupid. I didn't mean it. You want to do that now or no?
Nope.
Okay. You're on the air. Hello?
Hey, T-Man.
Yes, sir.
This is Portland Boy.
How are you?
Good. I was out in my neighborhood at like 2 in the morning, and there was a bunch of broken glass everywhere. So I saw these guys. I thought they were, they ran from me. They got in their car,
and I chased them around the neighborhood. What they did with me is they led me into a dark, like by these bushes where there was no street lights. They all got out with guns, and I did like these Rockford Files, one of those Dukes of Hazzard U-turns, and I got out of there. And then I went home and parked my car in the garage and hid it until I could sell it about 6 months later.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very dangerous.
Certainly can be.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty damn dangerous. They lured him into a little bit of a trap there, Terry.
Said, come on in.
Man's lucky to be telling us the story live on the air this morning.
Yep.
Thank you for the call. Have we explored every angle of the story now? Is it time to move on, or should I take more calls on this, Terry? You're enjoying it?
Well, I think it's really interesting that I know Stephen hates that.
No, I don't care.
It's just
like
the
you
whole
actually don't
job
care, but...
thing kills me. That he actually.
Well, do you want to know the context of how that came up?
Oh no.
It just. I
Do you
mean,
want to know it or not?
I guess he really thinks that people who do petty crimes are, by night prowling cars, breaking in, doing this, and going, oh, good, and then waking up 3 hours later and putting a suit and tie on and going, hey.
Well, not everybody wears a suit and tie to work.
Hey, Bob, how was your night last night?
Oh, I had a great night.
So everybody wears a suit and tie and goes to work now.
Well, no, but it's just. But that's how ridiculous it is to me, I guess. I don't know.
In the context of how it was happening, is T-Man said that they got what they deserved. So what if they have a few broken bones? And I said, so what if they have a few broken bones? If they just shined a flashlight in the guy's car, and now they're going to have broken bones, and maybe they go to work, or maybe this is their only car, their only transportation. Maybe they don't have insurance. That's the context of how that was taken up. And you said people who commit crimes don't have jobs.
I said broken arm, but whatever. Still sounds ridiculous to me. But anyway.
But I was saying that people who do crimes may have, but
they don't seem like the 9-to-5ers to me.
But anyway, it's not the main point.
They're not 40-hour-a-week workers. Maybe, yes, they have little jobs at times in their lives, but it didn't seem like this may be one of them.
People work at gas stations, by the way, too. They just don't sit there and pump themselves.
Okay.
Oh,
and everyone could be as able to entertain themselves like you are, Stephen. Anyhow, Terry, what else is going on in the world, please?
Well,
what else do you have?
Got an interesting story that happened in Virginia.
All right.
Police were able to use the DNA left on some fast food hamburgers to solve a robbery that happened back in May of 2004.
It was an unsolved mystery.
A burglary.
Until they found a little jizz on a burger.
No, not jizz.
Oh.
Happened back in May. 3 gentlemen apparently went to a fast food restaurant, ordered some burgers, ate part of them,
yes,
and then held up the burger joint.
I think, as a matter of fact, Terry, it's ironic you bring up this story because the detectives are dusting for fingerprints on Hotshot's Big Mac in his car right now.
Yeah, but to think that there's some left,
right?
That's the funny part. Come on.
Anyway.
Well, when you're driving at 110, not easy to put it in one gulp like you usually do.
So basically,
I was driving with my knees, eating a sandwich.
Time to go through the drive-thru.
On
That's
the
great.
phone, having a chew.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hemi kicked in.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I would just like to say that you did a good job by stopping them.
It wasn't my intent for him to smash into the guardrail and,
Right.
I just want to get their license plate number.
I know. I would have did the same thing. See,
I think you mean stopping them from doing what they would have probably done had you not stopped them after shining the light in your car.
Right.
We could thank Megan for that.
That's right.
I mean, I would think anybody would try to stop them, even if it's like you got somebody shining a car in it. You say you live in the boonies, so I'm picturing bears and deer out there.
There
right?
are bear, deers, and cougar where
Yeah.
Scott lives. Yes.
So, I mean,
they were not going to be any help to him.
In Texas, if somebody comes on your property, you're allowed to shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
In Texas.
And
I think you can do that anywhere.
From the sound of your voice, you're probably a pretty good shot, sir.
I would say so.
I practice on beer cans every night.
Though. It's a good show, T-Man.
Thank you so much.
I just started listening. Pretty good show, but you got to think about this, too. If you would have let them go and they would have got away, 10-1, they would have been out the next night.
Yep.
And maybe with weapons this time.
Mm-hmm. So maybe what Scott did in turn was save some poor, defenseless family from accidentally walking up upon these dudes in action, sparing their life.
And what they could have been doing is casing the whole place where you live around.
Well, again, we thank Megan, and for that, I'm going to make sure you marry that girl.
Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And I'll take the swordfish.
Are you paying for the wedding, too?
Oh, jeez.
That's a thank you.
Yeah. We're having an audio problem here.
Your headphones are cutting out, huh?
Right.
Except
We
for the
need a new
swordfish part.
mic.
Yeah, you heard the swordfish part.
You're on the air. Hello? What do you got? Hello? Oh.
For what he did.
All right, well, no, you're on the air. Go ahead. I changed the lines.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm calling because I want to say, I don't blame Hot Shot for what he did, because when my mom's car got stolen, I did the same thing, except I chased the guy down, and we ended up wrecking the car, but
Girls
we got
going
the car
after
back.
thieves.
Yeah, I couldn't help it. You would have did it, too, whatever.
Yeah, but I'm not a girl.
No.
Girls going after thieves.
Girls.
Funny.
I can barely drive.
Jeez.
Whatever. But I don't blame him, and I would have did it, too.
Wow. See?
I did it
But
before, I do it again.
Scott's fiance realized she was a girl, and she shouldn't really get herself in the mix there. Not like a guy necessarily should, Terry, but definitely not a girl.
Yeah. Silly girl.
What do you want these guys to laugh their asses off?
Jeez. Girl. What are you going to throw mascara at them?
What are you going to do? Throw a little vinegar and water in their eyes?
They're probably carrying the iron, so maybe that's still hot.
Beat them with a broom and a mop.
What do you think is going to happen when you douse them with Pine Sol?
Pine Sol. You haven't cleaned for a while, huh?
They're not making Pine Sol anymore?
They make it.
Oh, dear.
Not sure people use it.
Okay. I haven't cleaned for, let's check here, 34 years! What were you saying about the DNA evidence now, Terry? Was that
They
story
got it
done?
off the half-eaten hamburger.
Okay, and the case has been solved?
Yes.
Oh, I love I love forensics.
Oh, yes.
Obviously, we'll be seeing this on CSI Miami in a couple of weeks.
Probably.
Yes.
Stephen and I will never get caught.
Right.
Burger's always down the head.
That's right. No evidence,
Swallow the evidence.
left.
You're on the air. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a great story for you.
Hurry up.
Me and my friend caught a buddy. Me and my buddy were sitting at his house one night, and we found this guy breaking into his car outside. So we tackled him and tied him up to like a support pole in his garage.
And you have him in your basement right now, and you call him the Gimp?
My buddy pulled his car in there, and we hooked up a set of jumper cables to his nipples, and we shocked the hell out of him for a good hour or so.
Come on.
And then we eventually beat on him a little bit and let him go, but he never came back. So I totally agree with him on chasing those guys down. I think car thieves are slime and they're cowardly.
Right. Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't believe in the jumper cables to the
Oh,
nipple story?
please. Come on.
That's some of his girlfriends.
Yeah, that's...
Steven tries it every afternoon.
Well...
You're on the air. Real quick, go.
It's hard with the cables on to reach back in the car and turn the ignition.
T-Man.
Yes.
T-Man.
Yo.
I just want to let it be known there's a whole lot of lucky people out there. Everybody who's chasing somebody down. I used to steal cars back in the day, and from my point of view, when I was out there, if you was going to chase me, I was going to do whatever I can to you to prevent you from stopping me. You know, when you're out there stealing cars, you're a crook. There's no rules to the game when you're out there in the street stealing. So, I mean, those who chase people, you might want to start thinking about it. And as far as when you enter somebody's property, you got thinking they got the right to shoot you. You don't, unless you're in harm. You might want to check your law on that. And as for the cop who let them go, he need to be cited or something for the simple fact that car prowling is a crime. I have been arrested for it. And possession of burglary tools is a crime, too. They're both misdemeanors, but they are crimes.
Well, technically all that happened last night was the light was shining the car. The end result was these dudes were on the side of the road. The car was totaled. They were certainly banged up. Maybe the cop just felt, you know what, that seems like justice enough here for the shining of the light in the car situation.
Situation on this? If you shine a light in somebody's car, what are you doing shining a light in somebody's car?
Obviously, we know the reason they were shining the light in the car, but that's all they could have. That's the only charge they could have brought him up on was the car prowling, and what minimal penalty that carries, and compared to what happened to them on the side of the road, maybe the cop used his rationalization, saying, "Okay, enough has been done here."
In all actuality, once he was out of danger, once his car was out of danger by him chasing them, he could have been charged.
I told him that. Especially, I told Scott he's lucky that one of these three didn't die, or I told him there's probably about an 85% chance he'd be going to jail.
I know a guy in Tacoma. The same thing happened, and he did 3. They gave him 3 years for it.
I remember a story about some dude. There was a story a couple of years ago about some dude in Tacoma's house was being robbed. The guy was on the way out. The burglar, the thief, was on the way out of the house, and the guy whose house it was shot him in the back, and that guy's in jail right now, as far as I remember.
Yeah. And, actually, they got up to 3 years to still charge you, so you might want to think lightly on what you do in the future, because that's when they bring your charges.
It's not against law to follow someone to get their license plate.
I understand it.
Reckless endangerment to follow them at 100 miles an hour and make them have to drive the same rate of speed to get away.
I don't know if making them do anything.
Well, I'm just saying how the law may see it.
So would you have let them? Would you have passed them?
What you did made them drive that fast.
What did I do?
By you trying to get their license plate, by you pursuing them, that's what made them drive at that rate of speed.
They don't know that I was pursuing them.
They knew that you were pursuing them, or they wouldn't have been driving that fast. They're driving 65 out of there if they think they're scot-free. Literally.
There
weren't scot-free.
6 Washington State patrols that agreed with me, so. All
right, well,
I'm lucky, I guess. I don't know.
It's an interesting situation. No doubt about it. And thank you for the call, you reformed car thief, you.
Oh, he didn't say
no, very reformed.
Okay. There you go.
The T-Man.
Number one. Number two, Shellard Hart's Old School Lunch is going to be on from noon to 2 today, Terry.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Talk about a lady that goes boom, Terry. She makes it happen every day on the airwaves, don't you know?
Yes.
And it'll be happening again today.
First day of summer, so a little summertime for us, maybe.
Mm-hmm. The most impressive part of the entire story that we've been discussing now for the past hour, that maybe I haven't mentioned in all the hubbub and all the details, Terry, is that when he got home at around 2:45, he went right back to sleep.
Wow, really?
He didn't. I would have been up all night thinking about all the different ways the situation could have played out. Yeah. He went right back to sleep.
You think the adrenaline is still pumping.
Yeah, the adrenaline's still pumping. You're replaying the whole situation in your mind a couple of dozen times.
Right, but not hot shot.
Went right back to sleep.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Doing mornings, you're normally sleep deprived, so you can sleep anywhere.
All right.
Night.
But let me go over a couple of these text messages that have come in over the past half hour, like at 9:11 and 52 seconds. Somebody writes, I banged Mike Parisi's girl, Mike Parisi of Kent's girl.
Oh, yes. Wow. There you go, Mike.
You're Mike Parisi of Kent.
Sorry.
We're sorry, and we have a phone number for you here.
Right.
Nice.
You might want to talk to your girlfriend.
Let's see. 9, 10, and 18 seconds. I say, F the thieves. Good effing job. That's what's called karma. Yes. 9, 10, and 9 seconds. When you hear a pop in the studio above you, that's Steven's head coming out of his own ass. They have jobs. Come on, Steven, get a clue, you biatch. No comment. 9:09 and 39 seconds. I want to screw Vinnie the Pooh. 9:09 and 12 seconds. I would have followed them sneaky-like back to their own house and broke into their house and taken their sheet.
It was probably someone else's stuff anyway.
Yeah, okay.
And then returned it to them.
Yeah.
Hey, my socks. Yes.
I don't know if I went in order here. 9:20. Yeah, I definitely didn't go in order. 9:28 and 9 seconds. I had problems with night prowlers when I lived in Bremerton. I would hear the alarm on my motorcycle go off. I'd come and running out to see some crack horse hitting all over it. That sound like a bad situation, right?
I got more stuff inside.
Sounds like a dream I had last night while Hotshot was out chasing the bag. 9:27 and 19 seconds. It's not kicks and giggles when somebody is breaking into your car. Did Steven use the term kicks and giggles?
Yes, he did.
Steven, everyone's coming after you on the text messaging today.
Yeah.
No comment.
No, I will comment on it if you'd like me to.
9:24.
Usually you cut me off, so.
I don't cut you off. The floor is yours.
Well, I mean, I think these guys weren't the people who invented you all the time. It's pretty really crazy because they didn't seem like
Start over. Go ahead.
I mean, these didn't seem like your serial kind of car prowlers, or they wouldn't have been found by him, is my guess. I mean, they were idiots who were out just trying to steal something from a car to get some drug money or something like that.
So what time do the professional car prowlers usually work?
At 2 p.m. In the light of day. Stephen, he asked you a question.
Oh, I thought you were reading another text message.
Oh,
at
well,
2 p.m.
you're making the judgment that they weren't professionals.
Well, I'm making the judgment that, it was just probably people out just doing something for kicks and giggles. Maybe that's the wrong word, but they're not like the guy who called who did it for, he said, a living. Well, we don't know.
He asked what time the professional car prowlers come out.
Well, we don't know. I mean,
well, you seem to know more than anyone else.
I don't know.
All right.
Just because I have a thought, it means I know more than anybody else.
9:24 and 39 seconds. What, I interrupted you again? You weren't done?
No, I was done.
Oh, because you said okay like you were upset that I broke your flow.
No, I was...
You cut him off again.
No, I was upset because, just because I have an opinion means that I know more than everybody else. That's what you were saying.
Are you done?
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Wow! He's out. He's really upset. He feels like he's being ganged up on. Well, I said stupid things. He deserves it. 9:24 and 39 seconds. I have jumper cables attached to my niplets right now. Thanks for the idea.
Niplets.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
9:19 and 29 seconds. All caps. Candy ass kill breath.
Oh.
9:14 and 9 seconds. Had HSS, that'd be Hot Shot Scott, had HSS lost control of his car and gotten into an accident with innocent people, would he still think he did the right thing? I think not.
But earlier I said I was moronic for doing it, so I'm not convinced I did the right thing. I mean, definitely was a lot of risk involved.
9:12 and 48 seconds. The prowlers were probably tweakers looking to steal stuff for dope money. If they ever had guns in their life, they probably sold them for a baggie. And maybe the most poignant and salient text message of the day was at 9:06 and 50 seconds, Terry.
Oh, yeah?
Why do you read these dumbass text messages?
Let's call that person back.
Right. Well, that person is named Tracy, Terry.
Oh, Tracy.
All right. Tracy has a problem with our text messages. Is that right?
Oh, gosh, Tracy.
Give me that. Give me some damn darling music to get me all fired up here, would you please?
Okay. Steal her car.
Yeah. Or his.
At least Steven's not too pissed to play the piano.
That's good to know.
I dialed wrong. I'm glad I have dialing music because I dialed wrong, Terry.
Oh, good.
I was calling the wrong text messenger.
Calling Tracy. I have to do it. Steven left.
I was calling the text messenger that said Steven needs to start a support group for car prowlers who are unfairly persecuted.
Oh.
That came in at 9:06 and 36 seconds for those keeping score at home.
Wow, thanks.
This is Tracy.
Oh, good morning, T-Man.
Oh, Tracy's a man.
I did, yeah.
Tracy!
What?
You have a problem with our quote-unquote dumbass text messages?
Yet he texts.
Some of them have got to go, man.
Some of them are starting to irritate you. Is that right, Tracy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a time to keep it, and sometimes there's a time to drop it.
Well, maybe this will chill you out a little bit. Here's a little of Somewhere Over the Rainbow for you, Tracy.
For your morning. Sweet.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Yeah, you're a little bit behind. We're on Why, then on Why Can't I?
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you, T.
Okay, that's...
Uh-oh.
Time to go.
You cut me off yesterday because I...
What was that? Oh, sorry, got cut you off.
Now he has 2 bones to pick.
Yeah. Damn it, I got 2 bones to pick with you. Well, how long does a person have to be on to get their thoughts out?
Apparently longer than you give.
Well, he just set himself up for that one. I'm sorry.
I know.
Right.
Anytime you say, well, you cut me off.
Right. It was just too easy, Terry. He threw me up a softball. I had to knock it out of the park, right?
Home run.
Did I knock it out of the park?
You did.
Seiko style.
No, just
Whoa.
Some juice, baby. I really was kind of curious to hear what he had to say, but when he set me up like that.
I know.
You cut me off yesterday. Oh. It's too easy. Yes. Over Nordstrom's. Yes.
The T-Man.